Jim
turn
says
down
he
the
hears
music a
us
little
okay.
bit. Okay. What was I getting ready to do?
Pull up the screen with the score screen.
Go to the old Facebook and do the old share.
You still need this charger?
No, you're good.
I just farted. Be careful with that. We're going at you. What's up? It's Friday. We're back. We've had a couple of breaks. We haven't been on because everyone's got life going on. I've been super busy with work with this snowstorm. I know Chad's got a lot of stuff going on. Paul's been traveling. I think he's under the weather tonight, so no Paul tonight. But we got a good one for you. This is going to be a lot of fun. I think this is going to be a really good episode. So tonight we're going to be talking about chatterbaits. Obviously, in this area we talk about chatterbaits a lot. So we came up with an idea of how we can rank our chatterbaits from tier 1, which is cream of the crop. Yeah, tier 2, decent. Would definitely throw them. Maybe not the best baits out there, but decent nonetheless. And then tier 3 is trash. Don't throw it. Don't buy it. Give it to a kid to take fishing if you're feeling nice. But other than that, it's garbage. Can you pull up the other screen and we can go through?
What is the other screen?
The one that you're on that left side so they can see it.
Oh, let me...
Yeah. It's probably, scene 2? I think on the...
Yes.
That's probably that. All right, so this is the score sheet, right? These are some of the baits that I put down. Some of them you'll know, some of them you might not. But we're going to start going through it. So kind of like I said, the baits on the left is we got the jackhammer, the Evo, the original chatterbait, the chatterbait legend. I don't think they make that anymore, probably because it sucked. The Bass Puzzle Grass Piece, the OSP Blade Jig, Thunder Cricket, Picasso Shock Blade, Fish Head, Primal Vibe. I like that one. Berkeley Slobber Knocker. If I can't pronounce the name, it's instantly garbage. Spro Cover Jumper, Raid Max Blade Speed, Raid Max Blade Power. There are two different ones. G-Rat, you can read the list. Like I said, you guys have definitely heard of some of these baits, but some of them you might not have. So what we're going to do, we're going to give them a score of 1 to 5. We got price, actions, and components, right? So like the prices, I'm going to start right off the bat. The price is a little fluid. If the price 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. And it's not necessarily tied to a dollar amount. It's more tied to, do you get what you pay for? Is the bait worth the money? Or is it overpriced, or is it underpriced, or is it right in the middle, right? So like I'm right in the middle, like, hey, this is a good price for this bait. It could be a little cheaper, but it could be a little bit more. It's probably like a 3. So just keep that in mind as we go through. Obviously, drop the comments. Let us know if you have experience with these baits. I have experience with almost all of these baits on here. So we'll go through and we will rock and roll. So we're gonna go ahead and start off. I don't want to start with the jackhammer.
What's going on, Mr. Larry Payne?
So I have a bunch of these baits here with me, and I'll kind of show the camera.
Did you introduce Tom?
I think everyone knows Tom, but if you don't know Tom, obviously to my far left, your right is Mr. Tom Over.
Filling in for the Paul effing batters.
Tom is like the most award-winning fisherman in Maryland, which is actually true.
He does have a state record for the biggest rock bass.
State record for
It's only
rock
been a
bass.
pound.
Don't you have what fish do you actually have citations for? Because it's more than a few, right?
I can't even name them all off the top of my head.
But like, just what are the notable ones? I think you got muskie, right? You got a muskie.
Muskie, yeah. The one that's not on there that should be being on here is a largemouth bass.
Where was that caught?
No, I'm saying it's not on there.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever caught a largemouth?
I've never once.
So
I'm trying to catch my first one on chatterbait this year.
Tom fishes more than just about anybody I know. He's filling in for Paul tonight. We're excited to have him on the show. Guy's an absolute hammer. I'm pretty sure he knows a thing or two about throwing a chatterbait as well. So he's a good addition to tonight's show. With that being said, I guess we're going to jump into some of these baits that we're throwing. I'm not sure how. I would actually like to add this screen to this screen, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Would you have to add it on the other one there? Oh, there you go. Hell yeah. And just resize it. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Not bad. Not bad, dude.
There it is.
Nice. Cool.
Can you
That'll
read
work.
that?
I don't know if I'll be able to read that or not. I can also just turn it off.
They can at least see it. Maybe we'll flash
They
it
can
on
see
and
it.
off. We'll
We got
flash it on and
another
off.
screen.
Right, we got another one on the screen, so we're gonna go ahead and walk everyone through what we're going on. So again, we're gonna start off here. I guess we're just gonna go down the list. It's gonna be some of these are gonna be a lot better than others. Obviously, if you guys are in this area, you throw chatterbaits. We're gonna start. So the jackhammer score that I have on there was just to test it out. So let's go ahead and blank those out. Let's make them zeros. So if you want to, no, go down to the price, action, and components, and just backspace them. And it, yeah. So
Do what?
click on that. Click on components right there. Click on the drop down, and then you'll just pick one of those selections. Yep. Yep. And yep. All right. Cool beans. So we're back to even. All right. Chatterbait jackhammer. Right. It sells for like $20 still, between 15 to 20 on depending on where you get it. Obviously, this is the standard for chatterbaits. I think it's safe to say, if your bait, whatever chatterbait you have, can stand up against a jackhammer, I think you're doing something right. So, just for this being the standard of chatterbaits, I'm gonna give this one for components and for action. I'm gonna give it a 5 personally. If you guys agree with that, I mean, just because it is like,
I mean, I personally think it sets the standard for
Pretty much.
chatterbaits.
yeah. So it's got to be a 5 for action. It's got to be a 5 for it's got
Hook, paint, skirt, action.
Price, not so much.
Yeah, price not so much. But when you get into the JDMs and stuff like that, you're still going to be. What's up, Jamie? You're still going to be up at that $20 range.
I give it like a. I'm going to give it like a 2 for price because I think it could be cheaper, especially when they came out with the Evo, which is like very comparable with components, and it's a lot better priced. Now, I do think that the price is a lot of the patent that they're paying Evergreen, so that could be a huge factor. But I think for me, it's a 2, a 5, and a 5, which gives it an even 12 for score. So it's still in tier 1. It's still in like the best of the best, obviously, but the price to me, like with some of these other options that are on this list, I just think it's a little bit. You should throw it and you should own them, but you don't need 50 of them. You know what I mean? There's other options on here where you can save a little bit of money.
I feel like I've seen the stealth blades at like Ollie's. And
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that, like for like $5.
You can find deals on them. I mean, they're around. We got one here. That's on the list too. That is one of them. We'll get to that.
There's a trailer hook on that, so be careful.
Yeah. But
Throw a trailer
It
hook
hides in the skirt.
I mean, like,
I will throw a trailer hook on a chatterbait when I'm fishing it in open water. Yes, I will.
The
on?
thing-
Realized they were
the-
like tapered on the
the
sides.
thing about the jackhammer to me is when you compare it to the original chatterbait, which was the pioneer of this whole category, right? Like the original, it's just so much better. It's just a question of.
Yeah, I like Jamie says 5 all day, except the price. So I'm totally there.
So the next one we have on here, and some of these ones that we know will just be kind of easy to go, but the next one's the Evo. I've thrown these a lot. I've actually started buying them a lot more instead of the jackhammer, just because. And when I like mess with them in my hands, like I don't really see a big difference. The blade is different. The blade I think is the original chatterbait blade, but the components are a little bit better. You got a better hook. You got a smaller head. They do make a tungsten version, which is slightly cheaper than the original jackhammer, or than the jackhammer rather. So
Okay, but you have a massive price variance from the chatterbait Elite Evo to the tungsten Evo. It's $18 for tungsten,
yeah,
and then $10 for a normal one.
For me, the keeper on the Evo is what really sets it apart. I don't know if you can see it on. Can you share that screen?
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the jackhammer doesn't have that lead piece on the shank, but the Evo does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the lead.
You mean it's splined?
Yes,
Do you
You like
like
the
that or do
spline?
you not like that?
I think it holds the bait much better.
Okay. So I would kind of agree. Now, what about the skirts? The skirts are still tied, right? Like they're not
Yes.
just rubber. Okay, so that's actually huge because on the original chatterbaits and some of these other ones we're going to talk about, it's just a rubber skirt all the way. and it kind of sucks. So the fact that this is still tied, to me, the blade hurts it a little bit. So I'll give it a 4 for components just because of the blade difference.
I
It's
can
got a
agree
different
with
thump.
I agree with Gio in the comments. Says to me the tungsten chatterbait seems kind of useless unless you're banging on rocks. It probably is a little bit more sensitive, but in all honesty, like the sensitivity of a chatterbait, I would just want to. All I want to do is feel that freaking blade going back and forth, and then after that, it's all feeling if a fish is grabbing.
Yeah, I mean, or like I see the point there. I would counter that by saying just get a good rod. I mean, like a good rod, like a Shimano X Pride, or hell, even a Corrado or Zodius, or like a Dobbins Champion HP, and you'll feel every vibration on any of these baits. But I do think that there's some validity to that, right? With the tungsten and making contact on hard baits.
I think it does make a slightly different sound.
Mhm.
Does it matter? Probably not.
I'm gonna say that the Evo is gonna be price to me is a 5 because you get
Yeah.
a much better product than the original chatterbait, but you get the action is pretty damn good. The action to me is probably a 4, and the components are probably a 4 as well, in my opinion. Unless you guys
are they
disagree.
still using Kamagatsu?
I think they are. I might have
I'm
one.
not
In.
sure.
I don't know if I have one in here or not. I don't think I do. I think all mine are on the wall.
John, what's going on, man? We got John from JCS Marine in the house. We appreciate you joining in all the way from the New England Fishing Expo. Pick me up a couple glide baits, dude.
But the thing that I like about this, even though the blade is different, it's still like the same.
Oh, he's got the
general-
Bass Cat Jaguar on display. Good for you, man. Hope
that
you're
thing-
enjoying it.
That thing is sick. By
That
the
thing
way,
is fucking huge.
no, it's a different one. This one's got the 500 on the back, or 450 on the back.
Shoot.
Yeah. So for me, action's probably a 5. I think it's the same. I think it's very comparable.
What are you giving it, Tom?
Action wise,
Yeah.
I'd go 4 or 5. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think let's do 4 actually, because of the blade difference. Components would probably be a 4 as well. So it's actually rated overall a little bit higher than the jackhammer, and a lot of that's in the price difference.
See, I can't get behind that. It's not better than a jackhammer.
Have you,
but it's
how much have you thrown?
It's overall though.
I don't throw them.
I
I don't throw them.
I've thrown them
I
quite a
throw
bit.
them a lot.
I've
You,
thrown them
you
quite
throw
a bit.
the Evo a lot,
Yes.
and
That's
it's
like the one that I throw 90% of the time.
see 90% of the time I am throwing
Yeah.
a jackhammer.
I got a few, but
The other thing I
color-wise-
really like about the Evo, and it's not a category that's on here, but the difference, like the different colors and the blade colors.
Yeah.
Like you get a lot more
Yeah.
options with the Evo than you do with the jackhammer. So that, I mean, we can't really rate that, but that's a big part of it.
However, they did just come out with a bunch of new colors for the jackhammer last
Did they?
year.
Oh, they did.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Well, you got that morning dawn color that
Yeah.
came out. And
That's been out of stock for the last year.
Really?
I got a couple of them. Thank God.
Yeah, I actually agree with
This
that
is
rating.
this is a new color like that bluegill.
I agree with that rating because of the price. Now,
It might be this one actually. It might be new.
Oh yeah. You'll have to give me some of them.
Mm-hmm. It's like a
yeah, I like that.
yeah. It's a
But here's the other thing though, like the with the Evo. I mean, we agree that the jackhammer has better action and better components. So
agreed.
it's the price is what sets
Yeah.
the Evo apart, because I can get 2 or 3 Evos for the price of one
One.
jackhammer. You know, that goes a long way if you're throwing these things all the time.
Well, like Gio said, if you're breaking them off in the rocks up in Conowingo or something, you definitely stings a little bit less when you're losing them. So
Yeah.
that I gotta say for sure. Jim, Morning Dawn kicks ass. Yes, it does. It's one of my favorite colors. I thought that it was pretty overlooked because a lot of people sleep on pink, but apparently not if it's been sold out for a long time and they can't keep any of them in stock. So people are throwing them, that's for sure. Glad I got a couple when I could. The next one on the list here is the Chatterbait Original. Z-Man Chatterbait Original. I mean, this is one of those baits where, yeah, it was kind of like the starter of everything in a way.
Yeah.
But I don't ever throw them because everything else is just so much better than
I can't
this.
remember the last time I bought one, other than just to get like an oddball color that they may or may not have readily available. But the prices, I mean, the original I think sells for $5 or $6. I can't give it a 5.
Dustin says he's getting Anger of the Year trophy tomorrow. That proves that the Evo is good.
I can't give the Chatterbait original 5 for price because I would just pay another $2 to get an Evo. So I give it like a 4 for price, maybe even a 3.
I'm giving it a 3. Action, I'm giving it a 2. Components.
Is that 2?
2.
Yeah. So it's right in the middle. I mean, it's actually smack dab, damn near in the middle for where.
I'm not
this is
saying you're not
supposed
going to catch fish on them. I'm just
Oh, yeah,
saying
they
there's
catch fish.
way better options out there.
The skirt might be gone after you catch about 4 or 5.
Yeah,
But
that's another piece. And then the hooks rust like crap. The blades rust like crap. The eyelets rust like shit. They don't last a crazy long time.
So out of a total of 15, Jamie, it's sitting at a 7.
And a 7's not bad. A 7 is not bad.
still in the tier 2, decent.
Right. That's exactly where I think it should be. Next one is the Chatterbait Legend. They don't even make this anymore. I don't know if you guys remember this one. So this is the Chatterbait that had the wide gap hook on it. And it had like the blade, it had like a swiveling head, like a bullet weight shaped, and then it had the wide gap hook. And I absolutely hated this
That
bait.
like reminds me of a trash jig.
Can you
just
look it
with a
up? They
freaking blade
don't
on it.
sell it anymore. See if you can Google it. Just open a new tab and see if like the Chatterbait Legend if it comes up. Because it was, I remember throwing them and it was awful.
Miss almost every fish that bites it.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was awful.
Google doesn't even know what they are.
Yeah, it was a variation of. It was not good. Does anybody remember the Chatterbait Legend? It was not good, like at all. I think it was the Chatterbait Legend. Can't remember what else it would have been called.
This looks kind of ridiculous, whatever that is.
Yeah.
The flashback.
But it was not a good bait, like at all. It sucked. I had it. It was not good. It rose like crazy. I don't think I might have caught like one fish on it in my life, and it was like $11 when it came out. So the price for what it was, it sucked. The action was not good. I give it like a price 2, action like a 1, and components was like a 1 because you missed fish and it had a wide gap. So I agree with that being trash.
We have finally reached a one that is in trash. Do not
That
throw.
and that's exactly why they discontinued it. That's why it's gone because it was just not good. I'm gonna try to find it on my phone real quick because I remember it just sucked. Like it was not a good bait. It was not good at all. The next one is gonna be interesting, and I actually do have a few of these.
The Bass Puzzle grass piece. Now is this a JDM bait? This is JDM.
It is. Yep. I
This
got
is
it right here.
JDM all the way.
So I have one. I actually have a few. Go ahead and hold that up to the camera. I'm gonna find this Chatterbait Legend.
This is the grass puzzle, the Bass Puzzle grass piece. I do believe there is another variant of this somewhere.
I think that's like was it the Battleborn or something that came out like that? The
Something
Brigade-
like that,
Brigade
yeah.
Blade or something. It was like last year.
So it's got that weird look to it. It almost looks like it's got a spinnerbait wire on it, and then it just has a chatterbait blade on the spinnerbait wire. It's interesting. I'm sure there's a time and a place for it. This is one that I have no experience with.
How much were these?
I do not recall off the top of my head, but they weren't cheap. I think they're like $20.
Dan, that is on the list. We are going to be talking about that OSP.
Yeah,
It says Japan, but then it says made in China. Still got a wire tied skirt on it. That's pretty good.
I'm still trying to find this stupid Chatterbait Legend.
I think Scuba Steve's about to send us a picture of the Chatterbait Legend. He just texted me and said Chatterbait pick inbound, the one Tony's talking about.
Okay, good. I can't wait to see it because
Here it is. He's got it right here.
Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. That thing sucked. That thing was garbage.
Yeah.
Hold it up to the camera so everyone can see what the fuck we're talking about because this thing was fucking horrible.
I
See
think
that?
I think I might still have one of those in my tackle box.
Yeah, dude, that
actually.
thing was not good. Like that thing was absolutely awful.
Be
Thank
great
you,
if you
Steve.
were pre-fishing for a tournament and you didn't want to catch fish.
I wouldn't even throw that at snakeheads, dude. That thing was terrible.
Scuba
Yeah, that
Steve
sucked.
coming in clutch. Thanks for watching, Scuba Steve.
Thank you, Steve. All right, so the Bass Puzzle grass.
He says garbage.
Yeah, that thing again. They didn't make it for very long. That's probably the only thing that Z-Man has made that sucks. Let's pull up this grass piece on Tackle Warehouse, see what it sells for. I think it sells for like $20. Like I said, I probably got 5 or 6 of them just to try them. I like the uniqueness of the bait. Yeah, $20.99. So it's right there with the jackhammer. It's
Yeah.
no more expensive. Maybe $1, so not
What
too
is the
bad.
difference here? Bass puzzle grass piece, flex.
So the
It's
flex
got a weed guard on it.
and the flex is a little bit heavy. Yeah,
okay.
And the flex is a little heavier
And a
too.
Little weed guard.
little underspin.
It definitely looks like that hook is a little deeper.
So the
on the
flex,
flex.
the flex, it rides weird. So if you look it up on Tackle Warehouse, you actually have to like just through hook your bait. You can't thread it because
The
the
head
tail
and
sits
everything
weird.
is different on this.
It looks like it would want to rise.
So
up the way
it rides like
runs up.
that. It
Yeah.
rides like that, whereas the grass piece rides straight.
like
This
a
one,
like a spinner bait that's bent out.
This
with you
one kind
forward.
of goes like that through the water, but the regular one goes straight. So
I like Dustin says, curious how it comes through grass. I can't imagine it just because of the wide blade that's on it. I can't imagine it does that good in the grass. Just like any, like, yes, throwing a chatterbait in the grass can be a good thing when you're like ripping it. But I can't, first off, I don't want to be ripping on a wire like that.
So just looking at the components, right? Because these are brand new. I haven't fished them. I don't know that anyone has fished them yet. The price, I gotta give it a 3 because I don't know if it's any good yet. So I gotta give it an even one. I mean, I can't imagine that this thing's no good, right? I just can't.
What's your thought, Tom?
I don't think it's gonna be good.
You don't think it's gonna be good at all?
I think
Really?
it's gonna get stuck in the grass the way the wire is.
And so it's $20.
Yeah, it's
It's
$20.
$20. So we're gonna stick with where at 2, just
Okay.
because that's where the jackhammer is. Action.
It looks good. It looks good on the videos, but I don't want to go by looks. I'm gonna give it I say like a 4 maybe, just because like the jackhammer has been out for so long and the chatterbait's been out for so long. I don't think there's really an excuse to put out a bait that has really bad.
Does it, like, do we know what kind of hardware it's using? Like anything like
Well,
that?
just looking at it right here, this is a half ounce. The skirt is tied. The skirt material looks good. The hook is pretty stout. So the wire doesn't look thin, but it doesn't look thick either. So I think you should have. This is going to be a very thin, like a very tight wobble. This is going to be almost like a.
I think
like
we
a
need to
raid
go. I think we need to go
speed.
mid pack on this action because we haven't actually seen it yet.
I think that's fair. Maybe yeah. I mean, because if we give it a 4, it turns into tier 1. I think we're close. I think this is pretty close for that. So we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. I'm gonna throw the shit out of this and see what happens.
Absolutely.
OSP blade jig next. All right. So
OSP blade jig.
OSP. If you are familiar with OSP, you know that everything
It's a
that they
funky
make
looking
is
blade.
good. Everything that they make is
It
good.
looks very similar to a Spro.
To the what's bro?
Well, the Spro cover jumper,
The blade shape on
So
it.
kind of
like
but
the head.
The
It's got
blade.
an oversized. Why is the line tie there?
I
so
guess that'd
big?
just.
Is it more room?
Well, you're
Yeah.
tying the line up here.
Well, yeah, whatever. That's
I guess that's just allowing for a lot more
Yeah.
wobble.
Yeah.
One thing I could notice, I've note about the OSP, they have a lot of wobble, a ton of wobble. They have a really hard chatter. The OSPs are kind of a. Actually, I wrote a note down here on the OSP. As long as I didn't close it.
What do they run price wise? OSP blade. Let's see what comes up. I think they're like $17. Yeah, they're $17.99, so they're $18.
a little
But
bit more.
the important thing to note here is this weed guard. So that's
It is
unique.
a Gamakatsu hook.
So the components are gonna. I mean, OSP is not gonna make a bait with bad components. So I think we can be pretty safe to give it a 5 for components.
Yeah, it's going to have a good build. It's going to be great on the components. The OSP blade jig is the design is to be so. A lot of times you don't want to throw chatterbaits around wood structure like cover. It's kind of a grass bait, open water. They just tend to snag up a little more. The OSP's design with this, it's got a much wider blade on the head, and the design of the blade is to help deflect off cover more. So these are actually designed to be fished more around wood and around structure where you wouldn't throw a jackhammer normally. This is designed to have a little bit more roll to roll over top of those sticks, over top of those branches, and bounce off of those rocks and stuff without getting snagged. What's going on, Mr. Ken? Thanks for joining. What's going on, Steven? Good to see you, buddy. Chaz in the house. Thank you for joining. But yeah, so this is a more of a bladed jig that is designed to be thrown in cover, which a lot of these aren't. Like for the most part, if I don't have the OSP tied on, I'm gonna pick up a spinnerbait and throw it around laydowns before I throw a jackhammer around the laydowns.
Now you're talking about speed with a spinnerbait.
Yeah. So,
We
you
might
know,
have to do the same thing with the spinner baits one day.
Morgan with Propeller Dynamics. What's going on, Morgan? Thanks for joining, brother. So yeah, great jig, great bladed jig. Definitely has a different design to it. I'm gonna give the components on this a 5.
I actually get
Price is a 4 on it. I'm gonna give the action a 4 on it as well.
So that puts us at a 13, I think. Yeah, so that's right up there with the
with the Evo.
jackhammer.
Yep.
And again, the big pickup there is the price, right? It's a little bit cheaper than a jackhammer. Action maybe could go up 1 or down 1. Even if the action goes down 1, it's still going to be top tier because of the components. Next one on here, the Thunder Cricket. Okay, I love this bait. I absolutely love this bait passionately.
The Thunder Cricket.
The Thunder Cricket, in my opinion, and you guys are going to drag me in the comments, this one is going to be 5s across the board for me. With the exception, there's one thing about it that sucks, and that's the skirt tie because it's rubber.
Yeah.
So that sucks. You're not,
The skirt tie is rubber. The bait keeper isn't really.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah,
the
it's
bait
pretty
keeper's
decent.
fine. The Thunder Cricket, I'm telling you, if you're
It's
sleeping
like
on
a
this
it's
bait,
like a little butt plug with a hook on it.
Yeah.
if you're sleeping on this bait, you're wrong. That's all I can say. And the interesting thing about it, if you look at the blade, the top of the blade actually is designed to be tuned. Like it has this crease in here already done, so you can bend it a little bit depending on what you want to do. I don't know how big of a difference that makes, but it does make a difference. But I really, really like this bait. The only thing you got to watch is, again, the keeper. The keeper is rubber. It will dry rot. You will lose skirts. But you're paying like $12, $13 for one of these things. So the price is right. It's for what it is. And this thing is just a deal in the spring. Like pre-spawn, during the spawn.
So he's talking about right here around this bill, this rounded part. You can bend it up or down to help give it a different action or a different chatter to it. The other thing with it is your hook down here that the blade is attached to also has a joint. It actually moves up and down on the head of the bait. Also giving it, I find the Thunder Cricket to have a very violent body action.
It's a thump.
It's a thump. And one of the things that puts the Thunder Cricket out there, where I'm going to compare this Thunder Cricket with a jackhammer. I'm going to. The jackhammer has a specific chatter.
Yeah.
The Thunder Cricket has that deeper vibration to it and a different sound, and that completely sets it apart from a jackhammer.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, the only thing about this bait that I don't love is the skirt tie. That's it.
You ever
the
throw
skirt,
them?
A few times, not a whole lot.
the skirt tie is not ideal. But I'm telling you right now, in the spring,
Jim's puking. He says no.
Like
No Thunder Cricket.
spawn and pre-spawn, you gotta try one. Like you have to try one. They are so good. And the thing I like about these is, again, the blade colors are really good. I mean, you can get dark. I mean, you can get that with everything, but
Yeah, how many different colors they have in those?
they have
30 some?
yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
And some of them have the colored blades versus the gold blades.
Well, they have different variations. They have a rattling Thunder Cricket, which I don't understand what the hell is the point of that because it's already vibrating so much. They do have a tungsten variation of the Thunder Cricket as well. Obviously, a little bit more expensive. But if I'm going to go on the Thunder Cricket, I'm going...
I'd say a 4 on the price.
Yeah, I'm going
it's not
4 on the
bad.
price. I'm giving it a 5 on the action. And I'm giving it a 4 on components. And the
I don't know,
only
with that
reason...
skirt,
Yeah, it's
the
the skirt.
skirt.
It's the skirt tie.
The only reason I'm going 4 on components is because the skirt tie is not good. And honestly, the hooks on this, if you don't take care of them, will rust really easily.
Yeah, the hooks will rust.
The
But
hooks
I
will
mean,
rust.
you know, but yeah.
It is a Strike King variant, so you know it's definitely not.
I don't know. It's up there in the cream of the crop.
It's a great bait. It is a great bait. You'll never see me not have one of these in the boat. Because there has been times where I have been throwing a jackhammer and then I've swapped over to a thunder cricket and I started catching.
Yeah.
And so there is a difference there, and there is a time and there is a place.
I'm telling you again, for this area, if you're not throwing it in the springtime, like from April to April, well, really end of March through end of May, you got to be throwing it. I mean,
And
just
that color also.
well, yeah. I mean, you can, but the colors the colors on those baits are really, really good. I really like them. They are becoming an extremely dense part of my chatterbait arsenal.
This did remind me to backstep
beer,
to the
please?
Evo for just a minute. The line tie, not what you call a line tie. What would you call that where it attaches to the bait?
The snap.
Swivel.
I have lost a handful of Evos because the blade actually it's not closed all the way back to it. The blade will pop off, and you'll have this blade still attached to your line, but the bait just goes
Wow.
in the water.
You
I haven't experienced
it
that.
comes off down. It comes off down here,
Yeah, do you?
or it comes off up here
The blade comes off of the actual bait,
of the actual eyelet.
right?
Okay.
Like
Wow.
it slips through that little bit. Only when they get worn out.
Interesting. All right, Picasso shock blade. So I actually don't have any experience with this, so I'm going to rely on you guys to help me out. But I just saw this one on Tackle Warehouse. I know Picasso's pretty reputable company.
Paul Batter's in the house.
They make a lot of good stuff. So just curious to see if anyone has any. Hold on one second. Tom, can you type Picasso shock and see what comes up? Because I don't remember exactly what the price is.
Spell this.
Picasso shock.
Is it 2S?
Yeah, that's yep, and then shock. All right, shock blade. So it comes in $12.99. It looks. We're just gonna have to rely on what's on Tackle Warehouse here. But go ahead, click on the first one, Chad, just to see. Now, Paul sent the text earlier today.
Picasso Gen 2.
Yeah, sure, because that's the latest one, so we might as well go with that one. From what we can see,
It looks like that blade would grab grass like crazy.
yeah, that's gonna get hung up for sure. Dustin says, I like the Picasso. They have a really fast vibration. So looks like a different type of vibration, which is not bad, right? Let's see here. Paul, I'm looking for your text. Paul, I'm looking for your text. Still looking for Paul's text.
I have never thrown a Picasso. I like Picasso. I haven't actually used one of these baits. I'm pretty.
Their spinner baits
I
are
have
fantastic.
I have like 4 to 5 different chatterbaits that I will use, and for the most part, it's between 2 of them. So, I'm kind of I don't stray too far.
The price isn't bad. The price is comparable. It's right there with the Thunder Cricket. All right, so Jim says Picasso, nice blade jig. Biggest issues: the head is soft lead, so the nose wears out quick, and blades don't fold low enough to expose the hook 100%.
Dustin says not a hard thumping; it's more like a buzzing feel.
So it's a different vibration.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I
make
could
a
see
different
that with the
vibration.
with the blade cutouts like that. That's gonna make that makes sense. I mean, there's value to that though, like having a different blade thump and having a different action when everybody's out there. I mean, on a tough day, like there's 500 boats on the flats and everybody's throwing a.
You throw any Picasso?
I throw those spinner baits, buzz baits, but I have never thrown a Picasso chatterbait.
Chatterbait.
I mean, oh dear.
It's gone.
I know that everyone likes their spinner baits and chatterbait or their buzz baits.
Buzz baits are fantastic.
I like the price on this. I'm going to give it a 4 on the price. If we could go back to the score, I'm going to give it a 4. Paul says shock blade is killer for smallmouth. Well, now I like it already. Jim says I only got 4 hours out of them. They wear out quick. Okay, interesting. All right, so price. Let's give it a 4 for price. I'm thinking like a. I don't know.
Is
Three
it a
fraction?
wire tie on the skirt or?
Yeah. What's the tie situation? Is it rubber? Or is it? Or
It
is
looks like a wire tie. I can't. No, that's
That's
That
rubber.
looks
true.
rubber to me.
That looks
Yeah.
like rubber.
That's gonna hurt it. Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
it's rubber.
It is rubber. That's a rubber band. Yeah.
that's one of the better rubber bands though. It's not like the Thunder
Right.
Cricket.
So what did we say? We're going with 4 on price.
I think maybe a 3.
So 3 on price. Action. It's from Dustin saying it's not a hard thumping, more like a buzzing feel. And your guy,
be good and bad.
to you guys, in your opinion though, is it a reliable blade bait? Is it like the jackhammer where as soon as you touch the reel handle, it starts vibrating? Or do you have to freaking torque it a few times to get that blade to start
I
working?
don't know. Jim said he only gets 4 hours use out of it, so it's got to equate to something.
For action, I'm gonna say 3 because apparently it wears out. It has a different action.
Components, if the lead's that soft. Hook set, buddy.
Hook
kinda
sets
want-
are free until you lose a $20 jackhammer.
I kind of want to give it a 2.
Paul says immediate vibration. I think a 3 is fair, right down the middle for the components. I mean, if it's got a good hook, the blade's different
I'll give it a 4. I'll give
for
it a
action.
4.
I'm gonna
Price
give
is
it
3,
a 3 for
action,
components.
3 for components.
Oh, it sneaks in as a 10.
It sneaks into the top.
I don't know if I like that. I
sneaks
mean,
into
all right.
the
Well,
top.
let's see where we end up. Let's see if we can revisit some. Ozark trailer bust.
Ha!
That's crazy. That's crazy work. All right, this next one. This is a neat one. The Fish Head Primal Vibe. Anybody ever seen this bait?
No.
It is.
Not
So
familiar with that
you're
one.
gonna want to share the screen on this one because this one's pretty neat. This is definitely a unique bait. I do have experience with these baits.
Okay.
I've caught some fish on these. I got away from them just because of the gimmickiness.
The Fish
of them.
Head Primal Vibe. Jig.
I have caught a lot of fish on these. I have had a lot of fish caught on my boat on these from my buddy Travis, who
I like
put
that
me
color.
onto them. For a chatterbait, for what the price. I mean, the price is good for what you get, but it's just it's such a niche bait. I think that 99% of the time, a lot of these other baits, especially the tier 1 baits, are going to be what you throw over this. But this is like for one day or something, they're going to be really on that extra blade. To me, like the action is mediocre. It's not great. It's average. It works, but it doesn't work any better than an original chatterbait.
Don't have a ton of colors. Oh, that black and blue looks nice.
That
all
will
you
get,
need.
it will get hung up in the grass, big time. I don't know. Yeah, Paul just said that it will get hung up in the grass.
Rubber band skirt. Hook keeper doesn't look fantastic.
That's just your standard run-of-the-mill hook keeper.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it rusts like the underspin rust.
This looks like it would break off pretty easily.
I don't break that off. I break the barrel swivel off a lot.
Okay.
So, to me, this is like the price is decent. The price is probably a 4. The action
The
and
placement
components.
of the ring on top of the head is pretty.
It's just a split ring that connects it too, so it's
Yeah, the
Right.
components on this bait are not good. I mean, to me, it's like maybe I'm gonna say a 3, a 2, and a 2, maybe even a 3, a
What
1.
was the price?
$7.99. It's $8.
still more than the original chatterbait, and it doesn't look any better.
Yeah, I mean, it could, honestly, fuck it, make it a 2 for what it is. I mean, it's a action. I don't know, man. Like the components are a 1. I do know that. The action's either a 1 or a 2. I mean,
We'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
If you
We'll
give it
the
a- if
old-
you-
we're giving it the 5.
if you give it a
That's still decent.
I am surprised. I'm still surprised that it beat out the Chatterbait original.
you mean the Chatterbait Legend?
Yes.
Yeah, the Chatterbait Legend was absolute dog shit. It was the worst. Like you wouldn't. It was horrible.
At least it's got an open hook.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, like if this is more of an open water deal, you can throw this around some rocks and stuff like that, and maybe catch a couple fish on it. But
Yeah.
it's gimmicky. You know what I mean? Like it has its place, but nobody's out there winning tournaments on it. You know what I mean? Like you'll have a day with it. I mean,
Hey, you don't know that.
I've had great days with it. I mean, I've had
I
days where
was
they're
throwing it at Joppatown last year.
yeah, right. I've had days where you'll smoke them on it. Paul,
You're throwing the fish head primal.
Paul, the reason why the Evo
like that?
was over the
all I have
jackhammer
in my
was
Well, give
because
us
of price.
what are you rated at?
No, I don't throw it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul, the reason why the
You're gonna
Evo,
have everybody running to dicks here.
the reason why the Evo was a little bit higher than the jackhammer was because of the price. We agreed that the jackhammer has better action and components. The Evo's close with the action and components, but the price is way better. So that's why it snuck in as a 13 instead of a 12. But I think in terms of the actual bait itself, and keeping price in mind, the Evo was slightly higher just because the price difference.
I think that's one of the things that we're gonna have to revisit. It's like I do feel like the Chatterbait Evo should not score over top of the jackhammer. But
I don't know, dude. It's
The-
pretty.
it really is the price difference, and I don't know. I almost think the price should be a 3 on the jackhammer because it's like I don't know. There's a lot of there's a
a lot of money.
lot of chatterbaits that are $20.
I mean, yeah, but this is the standard. Like this is.
It is the standard, but it's a $20 bait, and all of the components and everything about it is a $5.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like
You get what you pay for.
it's not like it's a $20 bait, and then your action and your components is a 4
I guess
or
the
a 3.
I guess the question is like, if like, is there ever a situation where you're catching them and you break off your last jackhammer and you tie on an Evo and you're like, damn it, I'm fucked. No, like I don't think anyone's gonna think that. I think you're still gonna catch fish on the Evo. Now, is it 1 or 2 key bites a day? Maybe. Right?
Price is definitely expensive on the jackhammers now. It really weren't they like $15 a couple years ago?
Yeah, they were.
16.
Yeah. So like again, I actually
like
If
that.
it was that, I'd be giving it a 4 or a 3 or a 4 in price. But
hell,
it's
if it
just
was
not- it's just
$15,
not right there now.
if it was $15, I'd give it a 5. Honestly,
Yeah.
for it being the industry standard for bladed jig. But yeah, I think we're right on the money with that. Ironically, with the money, Paul said $16.99. Now you can find it for you can find a jackhammer cheaper, but like we just went on Tackle Warehouse, they're $20.
Regular
That's
price.
kind of our usage.
Do us a favor, everybody. If you're
control
watching
there.
the show right now, you like this, you're interested in what we got going on, hit the like button for us on Facebook, whatever you're watching it on. Hit the share button. The share button helps bring in some more people, and we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys watching.
All right, next one, the Berkeley Slobber Knocker.
I don't even know why this is on here. I hate you for that.
So this bait, what's the price on it again? I don't remember. It's
They're
not
like 13 or something like that.
maybe. Can we look it up? The Berkeley Schlabbernacker. I don't like this bait. I'll be very honest with you. I don't like it at all. It's $10.99. Okay.
All I had to do was type in slobber because it's dog shit, and it came right up.
Yeah,
What is this? What is this head design?
It's not good. It's not good. It doesn't roll side to side hardly
What is
at
this?
all.
Oh God!
It does not roll side to side very well.
They don't have a. That's not wire though, is it?
It's like a piece of metal in between.
No, I'm saying the line or the.
It's
skirt
thread.
tie. Yeah,
First
thread.
off, rubber band skirt.
I think it's thread.
yeah, it's not metal. But
Is it
it's like a
tied?
thread, yeah.
It's
Okay, well-
pretty sure it's thread.
That's unfortunate because I wanted to hate on it more.
That's okay. Don't worry. We'll get to the action here in a second. For what you get for this bait, it's like a 2, maybe.
But it's
This-
got power bait in the skirt.
This bait should be $4.
Yeah, it's got the old scented power bait.
This bait should be $4.
Little John, what's up, buddy?
So for me on price, it's a 2. It might be a 1. Just
Even
because it's
Dustin
not
said
good.
he brought a slobber knocker, never bought another one.
Yeah, like this is what I'll throw. Like if I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose it, this is what I'll throw, and it's mainly just to get rid of the inventory of them that I have. I bought a couple to try them, and I don't like them. So for me, price, like I think, shit, I don't even know, a 1 because it should be $4. Like this should be the cheapest bait on here.
Give it a little bit more than that. I'd
go
go with
2.
like a 3, 2.
I think 2 is as high as I
2 is
would agree
probably
with.
fine.
Actions is fucking 1. Actions a 1. Components is probably a 1.
It had a tied skirt.
Yeah,
I'd
but
give
it
it at
doesn't
least a
catch
2.
anything.
I'd say 2.
But look at let's go back to the blade for a second. Let's go back and look at the blade again. Like, look at how it's connected to the head.
Yeah, that looks awful. Whatever that is, that just looks terrible.
There's,
Look at this.
There's no side to
What is
side
this?
rolling on this bait. This
No.
bait has no roll.
It's literally just a up and down. It
Yeah.
has no.
This thing is not good. Like, I cannot stress to you enough how not good this bait is. The colors aren't amazing. There's nothing cool about it. It's a typical Berkeley hook. Like it.
I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
so
This
it has
color
a-
looks kind of nice. I do like the GP, a little bit of red in there. Like,
So
I had a
so
bit of
it, so it
color.
has
kind
a
of colors
tied
they have?
skirt. I
Any
mean, like,
good colors?
I don't really care about the tied skirt that much. To be honest with you, the bait sucks.
Who put the original chatterbait as a 7? We did.
I think the 7's actually like beautiful for the chatterbait.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
I would say, yeah, it's right in the middle. It's not great.
All right, so
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Paul says it's a decent Berkeley Fusion hook. I mean, Berkeley Fusion hooks aren't bad, but they're not great. I still think the hook is fine. The skirt, I think a 2 is good. So it sneaks in at tier 2 decent. I think that's fine. I think that's fair, honestly.
The slobber knocker?
Yeah. But that's like bottom of tier 2. That's
Honestly,
like,
it's probably a trash do not throw. I want to add in that it's Berkeley and I hate them.
We haven't gotten to the Guggen yet.
yeah, that's just a 0.
Yeah, why is that on here?
Because we have to have at least
We gotta have at least one.
All
What
right.
we do, the Chatterbait Legend.
Yeah, the Chatterbait Legend is fucking horrible.
The Spro cover jumper.
Wait a minute. Paul says it should be 1 for Paul. Paul, are you saying it should be a 3 for components or it should be a 1 for components? 1 being the worst, 3 being like decent. And then that will actually Paul said whatever tier is dog shit. Okay. So it sounds like we got to make the components a 1 or we make the price a 1. I personally say make the price 1 because I think it's extremely overpriced for the action because the action sucks.
For the knocker?
Yeah. I think the actions. I will not buy this bait ever again. If it was $4, I might buy a handful.
The action is a 1.
But it's too high price for the action.
So we're going to 1 on the price?
I think you can leave the
And-
components for the fusion hook and the tide skirt, but the blade sucks.
So we're keeping it at 2.
Yeah, I think we can keep the components at 2.
Okay.
So this just went into to trash. Like
Trash
take this thing to
territory.
Goodwill and throw it at the cashier, because this bait sucks.
Trash territory.
Yeah. All right.
They should have them at Ollie's very soon.
Now we have the Spro cover jumper, which reminds me quite a lot. The head itself reminds me a lot of the OSP.
All right. So
What
this
is that?
bait, this is
Oh,
the
that's
cover
the-
jumper.
that's the cover jumper.
I have bought a ton of these. I think these came out last year. It has a different thump. I had a couple days on the flats this year where
Yes, we can, John.
had a couple days on the flats this year where I was really on them on chatterbaits. And
What's
they
up,
were-
Nick?
They were eating a thunder
Thanks
cricket.
for joining, man.
They were eating an Evo. They were eating a jackhammer. They were eating a couple other baits on this list. They did not eat this bait. So my initial reaction to this bait is the one time I really put it, and I put in time to throw it. Like it was just fun fishing, and I was actually fishing with Kevin. May he rest in peace. I took the chatterbait off the jackhammer and tied this on the same color, same trailer, and they would not touch it. And I'm talking, we had like a 40 fish day. They just wanted nothing to do.
I've
with
had
this
so
bait.
many crankbait days like that with Steve where he's throwing something that is the same color and the same style but a different brand, and they will just demolish whatever he is throwing and nothing that I'm throwing.
So the I will say, and I'm not going to open this because I'm not going to open it.
Because you're going to return it.
No, I'm not going to return it. But the neat thing I will say about this is it does come with a little trailer. So there's that. I mean, that kind of is neat, right?
I'm a Spro fan. Don't get me wrong.
I like
Spro.
I was disappointed with
I
this.
like some Spro stuff.
I was
Not
disappointed.
everything.
I was really disappointed with this
not
bait
die
because
hard.
I like Spro so much, and so much of their shit's really good. But this bait just doesn't do it for me. It let's look up the price. What was the price, real quick? $13.
$14.
You know what?
Plus tax.
So here's the thing about the action.
What's the hook keeper like on that?
It's a Gamakatsu, but it's just I think it's just a
Or
regular.
the bait keeper, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, if you want.
So it's a Gamakatsu hook. Is it a tied skirt?
You know what? Go ahead and open it because we can't see it.
Yeah.
I'll put it back in the package later. But
Yeah,
the
Jim
seal
says
package.
trash.
there's nothing about the action when I threw the bait that was inherently bad. I can't trash the action of the bait. So for that I can't trash the action because it's not bad.
It is a tied skirt,
It's a Spro. The components are good. I mean, I give the components a.
but that bait keeper is nothing.
Yeah, it's just a little metal. Hold it up to the camera with your hand behind it. They should be able to see that. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Come into focus.
Yeah, that's good enough. I think they got the idea.
There's nothing to it. It's just like a straight shank and one little wire keeper on there.
Yeah, I mean, see you, Bubs. So the just jumped in my lap. All right, I give the coverage. The price wise, I actually like the price because it's cheaper than some of the other options out there. It's a Spro. The components are good. I give the components a 4. The action though, just because I haven't had any really great days with it. I mean, I got to give it like a 2, dude. Man, I don't like that rating actually. I don't like that rating at all. If I give it a 4 for price and a 4 for components,
You can't give it a 4 for
I don't.
price.
Yeah, I don't think a 4 for price.
you don't think so?
Fuck no.
All right, make it a 3 then.
2.
Yeah, I was
2?
gonna say 2.
Okay. If you guys agree on 2,
It's $15 for it.
it's $13.99, but it's not cheap.
Plus tax.
It's not cheap. It comes with a trailer that no one's
That
ever
hook
gonna,
keeper is shit.
It comes
Yeah,
with a
that's what I
trailer
said.
that you're never going to throw though. That's the problem.
That hook keeper is awful. You're not going to use the trailer. I will say the blade probably does give it a little bit of a different sound and a different action because of it's like
And all the
It's like
skirt,
long.
all the skirts have that threaded stuff in there. So
Yeah,
like
that is nice.
the components are good. I really just need to, I need to give this bait more time and like revisit it.
honestly, I'm not so sure the quality of this freaking snap though. I don't know what the quality of that snap
It
is
looks
going
pretty
to be.
thin.
It does look very thin.
yeah, which could help the action. I mean, but again, there was nothing inherently bad about the action of this bait. So
I'm going 3 on components.
here, let me see it. I'll put it back in the pack.
I'm gonna go 3 there on components. So we're at 7. We're still fair to middling.
I think that's fair. I think this bait being a tier 2 until it really proves itself is a fair assessment.
Paul, $15 for something that doesn't catch fish is a 1.
Now, I mean,
You know, I can
bugs
kind
out
of
of
agree
there.
with that. I kind of agree with that.
I mean,
It's still fair to middling.
it's unfair to characterize it off of one day. Now, that was really the only day where I really gave it like a serious effort to throw. I bet if I actually went out and threw it, I could catch some fish on it. But you know, it's just it didn't sit right with me on a day where I'm catching them on multiple different chatterbaits. They just would not eat this thing.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, I'm gonna try it more this year, see what happens. Fair to middling until it proves itself is fine. The other thing, what are the reviews? I'm curious why you're on Tackle Warehouse. Wow, it's straight
One
5.
review.
Oh, there's
Well,
only okay.
Underrated. There's been a few really good jackhammer alternatives released lately, and this is definitely one of them. The blade starts instantly on the first turn of the reel, thumps hard, and has a nice hunting action. The best hook on the bladed jig, period. Okay, well, freaking jackhammers are Gamakatsu, so.
I mean, it's the same hook as half the other ones. So.
Who posted this? Somebody from Somalia?
No, it was some. It was
Kentucky.
a YouTuber, definitely. But anyway,
They'll say Kentucky.
all right. I think that's a fair rating. Like I said, I mean, this bait is definitely one I'm going to start throwing a little bit more. All right, now we're getting into some JDMs. This is going to be fun.
What we're doing right now is making me wish that I had our freaking. Remember the thing with all the buttons on it that I used to hit that would swap back and forth?
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna have to get off Tackle Warehouse for these. All right, and the only reason why I even am okay with talking about these is because enough people have talked about them at this point.
There's been a bunch of people that have talked about them, and you're gonna have a difficult time finding them.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I mean, put it this way: when I find these, I buy the whole inventory.
I'm not saying you can't find them, so you're gonna have a difficult time finding them.
Yeah.
Personally, like the only reason I'm even willing to talk about this is because people have talked about them on the show before. This is like some juice.
Mm-hmm.
That we're
Hags
about
is
to
on the
give
list, Paul.
That we're about to. Yeah, Hags on the list.
All right. The Raid Max Blade. So this is Japan. Raid Japan. Raid Japan makes Raid Japan makes some really good baits. Like really, really good baits.
Yeah.
So can we try to find these on
Pretty much, literally everything Raid makes is fantastic.
Let's see if we can find a price on these things. They're very hard to find. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah, Hags is in JDM. Paul, yes. It's a little bit further on the list. I was not super what's it called? Organized when I came up with the list. So yeah, you might end up getting your credit card stolen if you try to buy these things. They are available, but they're very hard to find. You can get them for like less than $20, but good luck. These are really, really good baits, guys. Like these are really good baits.
Really, really good. Like I am
And
foaming
honestly,
at the mouth thinking about them.
so this bait, if you can get your hands on it, is phenomenal. The colors are phenomenal. The components are phenomenal. The price is where
Oh, I love that matte black, dude.
Don't-
That's
I'm not-
so sick.
I'm not going to tell you. Paul says you can find
Bear
one on
Grylls exploded.
TW. Is there one on Tackle Warehouse?
No.
There's no way. I just looked. Search Raid Japan on Tackle Warehouse. Just see what happens. If they're on Tackle Warehouse and I've been scouring the internet to find them, I'm gonna be pissed. Raid Japan. So the Raid Japan stuff is on there, but I don't think they have their bladed jigs. No, they don't.
Right?
No.
They have their
The
$20
spinner bait is
baits.
much more JDM. Oh, this is a freaking that bait right there.
But
I'm
anyway,
telling you.
these baits are hard to find.
These are shit.
Yeah, these baits are really hard to find. for the bait itself. So the cool thing about these baits is they have two different lines. They have the speed, which is like a super thin.
These are really nice.
The speed is like a super thin blade. It's very.
These are really nice.
It's a smaller package. I think of it as like a mini max on a chatterbait. So, yeah, I mean and honestly for the price, I'm actually when you throw one of these, dude, I'm telling you, you're like this bait is legit.
They are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're
This
really
bait is
sick.
legit.
So, and they have two different variants of the Raid Japan Max Blade. They have a power and they have a speed.
Mm-hmm.
The power has a larger blade. It is
more of a
designed for more. It's designed for more open water, slower fishing, fish that are a little bit more lethargic. The blade moves with a lot less reel, with a lot less turns. Its design is to be fished a little bit slower, and then you have the Raid Japan Max Blade Speed, which is designed to be burned.
Mm-hmm. The speed is the one I've been throwing out of the two the most, and the speed is actually like a.
And if I'll scroll down here, as you can see, only one unit left on this, and you're talking $22 plus shipping.
Yeah, I mean
to get here
shipping from
from
where?
Japan.
Yeah,
your weight is 11 gram to 14 gram. I'm not sure. Let me look that up.
If you
really
order
quick.
these now, you might have them by summer. No, I'm not kidding.
$29 flat shipping fee.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, that's for rods. Never mind.
Well, I'm not kidding. If you order these now, you might have them by like March. So there's that, right? Like, so that the
Steve's texting me right now. He's like, "Shut the fuck up."
I mean, like, that's why I don't mind talking about these because good luck fucking getting them. Like, they're so rare and they're just so hard to get your hands on. I mean, and if these come up and you find a stockpile of them, you better buy them all.
I do want to look up real quick because it's the weighting system from Japan is obviously different. You're talking 11 gram and 14 gram. So I want to figure out what that is.
But yeah, I really like these. I mean, if you can get them, try them. I've thrown them a lot. The one thing I will say about the speed blade.
So 11 grams is approximately 3/8 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine the 14 is probably half ounce.
It's yeah, they're pretty close.
Yeah.
But the trailers for the speed blade, you have to get right. Like, you have to get it right.
Joe says now y'all gonna have me searching for shit I don't need.
Yeah, the speed blade, like, there's only like 2 or 3 trailers that will actually work with it. If you put like like everyone's using these straight tail worms now, like a spunk shad, it will overpower that bait. So the power is different, but the speed blade, like, I have yet to find a trailer that I really love with it. I've caught fish on it with a couple different trailers, but the trailers will overpower the blade sometimes, even a straight tail worm. So the speed, you really got to get it.
Paul says the thing is 90% of how something works is between your ears, and like to an extent, yes, I do believe that. But there is also like what we're going through, and we're rating these baits right now. Like there's definitely baits out there that just flat suck.
Yeah.
So like
there's always that.
You know,
the only
what I mean?
thing I'll
Like,
say about these blades is the finish comes off on them. But I mean,
look, here it is right here. Free USA expedite shipping and order $100 plus $28.99 flat shipping.
for 1-piece rods.
Why is that on here?
Just in case you want to get a rod too.
Yeah, so I think we can rate both of these the same because I've thrown both of them and I really like both of them. But they're pretty good. I mean, they're really good. The action's a 5, the components are a 5. The price is what's going to hurt us. I'm going to say the price for what you get and for the uniqueness of the bait, I'm going to give it a 4 for price. That's my opinion, though.
So I think this is the speed.
Yeah,
In the 8 grams, so that's probably like
quarter ounce.
2 and 7 ounces.
2/7.
2/7. Sorry, fucking
Almost a quarter. Yeah,
almost a quarter of an ounce. They're designed to be thrown
really
fast. They're
super
designed to be
finessey,
thrown
super
shallow.
finesse.
It's more of a finesse type jig. And as you look down here, you can get them for about $9 if you're on a true JDM site, but you're not going to find them in stock.
Right.
They're not in stock, period. So,
Yep. So That's a good one. If we go back to the score sheet right here, real quick, I'm gonna say, I think I give both of these a 4 for price because of what you get, and I give them a 5 for components and a 5 for action because the action on these is that good. The quality of this bait is that good.
Jeez.
It just, yeah.
Wrong one.
No, that's the right one. The one, yeah, there you go. The one below it. Yep, there you go. So these are gonna be, both of these are gonna be rated as the top baits as of right now. Until we finish this list. I have
We're going
one.
4 for action.
I gave
5.
I give the speed of 4 because you got to have the right trailer. The power is a 5.
I think I can agree with that.
Yeah. Have you thrown any of these before?
Yes.
These things are fucking phenomenal.
Yes, I have.
These things are phenomenal. I haven't. Paul said, "How are you giving the jackhammer a 2 and this a 4?" We did not give the jackhammer a 2
On price.
On
yeah.
price.
because this has better action. This is a better bait than a jackhammer, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is a better bait than a jackhammer.
The jackhammer's getting a 2 simply because of the price. I can agree though, like if you're like on that particular site we were looking at, it was like $21 for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say that I do think it is price. That's what it says right here. It says price.
I mean, if you take it, Paul said that's not. I'm confused what Paul's saying.
I don't know either. I personally think the price should be more of around a 3. That's what
For
I
the
think it should
jackhammer?
be. For the jackhammer. That's what I think it should
Honestly, with some of these other baits being close and we're giving them higher, I think that's fair. I think we can give the jackhammer a 3 on the price because a 3 is like not overpriced but not underpriced.
be. And I would probably keep these around a 3 as well for the price.
Okay,
If you're talking
price and accessibility.
it's hard. Price and accessibility, like this is a bait that's hard to get, so like you're gonna pay more for it. If you can find it on a true JDM website where it does cost so many yen, then yeah, you can get them for a
And
lot
you gotta
cheaper.
wait for
but-
it for 6 months.
Yeah,
You gotta wait
exactly.
a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta wait a long time.
Exactly.
I think when I ordered like 20 of them last year at one time, and I waited like 2 months to get them. By the time I got them, it was September. So this, so that there's that. All right, next one.
What's up, Snails?
I don't have any experience with this one, but I'm very excited to try.
I will say we have a lot of really high rated chatterbaits on here. Like the Thunder Cricket, I can agree with that. Like we're gonna have to go back and revisit this at the end.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
put
to go
'em-
back and revisit
We'll
this.
put them in the tier list at the end of this.
You said it's better, so price doesn't matter. Jackhammer is the standard for vibrating jigs, and it's less than this bait. It's
think
it's like
they were the
maybe
same.
$1 less than the bait.
But I think this bait's a better bait, though.
You can get this bait for cheaper if you find it on the right website. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird.
There's no way it's worse than a jackhammer.
No, it's
There's
not worse.
no
it's,
way
it's not
it's
worse.
worse
It's
than a
not worse.
jackhammer.
It's not worse than a jackhammer.
Like at the lowest rating I would accept is it's just as good at the minimum. It's a better bait. I'm telling you, it's a better bait. Anyway, just my opinion. You can agree, disagree.
No, I agree. I've thrown them. I can say I agree on it.
This one's I'm actually pretty pumped about. This one is a new one to me. I don't even know how long these have been on the market, so you guys are gonna have to help me out. The G-Rat weedless vibrating jig. I don't know why it says weedless because I don't see a weed guard, but that's it. It's the G-Rat weedless vibrating jig. G-Rat is known for their glide baits, which are pretty good quality, especially for the price. This bait, I just picked up a couple of these just to try them. I haven't thrown them yet because there's no liquid water. I don't think anywhere in Maryland at this point, which sucks because that I also can't duck hunt in that. So I can't duck hunt or I can't fish. So you guys are gonna have to.
That's pretty sick that you have one of those already.
Yeah, I went on Tackle Warehouse.
Does have a split ring on the front of it there. The blade looks.
It's not a little one though. That's a pretty for what it is. It's not a small split.
It's
ring.
got a thick snap on it. Look at how big that snap is.
Yeah, that's a serious. That's some hardware on that thing. That's some. I don't want to open it yet because I'm gonna put it on the
Is
wall.
that a? I'd hate to burst your bubble, but is that an EWG?
That's
an-
what I was-
that is
what
an-
I was
that's
just
an
looking at.
EWG.
It's an EWG,
Let me see it.
which is not.
Oh, that's no.
It's
don't
not
go trash.
fantastic.
That's an EWG.
We're getting into the chatterbait legend territory here.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't have that stupid head on it, though.
Yeah, but the hook is like pointed down.
I mean, it's on a swivel. There's a split ring in there.
We gotta throw it to find out.
We gotta throw it to find out. This blade's pretty thick, though. This is a thick ass blade. If you look at it, it's pretty thick. That might be the thickest blade that I've ever seen on a chatterbait.
I think I'm gonna give it. Is it a tied skirt or is it what is it?
It looks to
like
be
it's
tied. I can't tell, but it looks to be tied.
I'm giving the components a 4.
I mean, it looks
I
like
don't
it's
know,
pretty
dude.
well
It might
built.
be rubber. I can't really tell.
Might
Open
be
that
thread
bitch.
too.
Open it. I'm afraid. It looks so beautiful. Because I'm never gonna get it back in the package. The EWG. I'm not gonna hate on it just because of the EWG. Because it has a swivel there.
I'm going down 1 point on components because of the EWG.
So you're giving it a 4 instead of a 5.
I'm giving it a 4 instead of a 5
All right. What's the price? I don't remember. I
because
think it's
everything else looks great.
I don't remember the price on
If
it.
it's more than $14,
Oh God, what happened?
You gotta hit escape. Oh, there you go. I could see a 3 for components, but I would like to throw it and see how it holds up first. There it is.
$10.
$10.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
What do the reviews say? It's almost sold out. There's only 1 review, so who knows if it's any good or not.
5 stars. Best chatterbait I have ever used.
Excuse me.
I love the versatility of this bait. I have changed out the hook. What? I have changed out the hooks to go bigger trailers, and changed out the hooks to make it not weedless. You can change the hooks on.
Yeah,
the
it's got a
friggin-
split ring. It's got a split ring under there, so you can
So you
change
could
the
put
hooks.
like a straight shank,
Yeah.
a straight shank hook on there.
But it's still, you know what though, dude? Honestly, I'm trying to think about this. Like, because it's not a solid connection and there's a lot of swivel points, this might actually be really good for a paddle tail trailer.
It could be.
So there's something to be said about that for action potentially.
Doesn't
We got to
have a
throw
ton,
it.
It doesn't have a ton of colors, but it's got what you need.
Yeah, the colors that it has are good. What does the Super Bug look like? That looks filthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That looks really good.
That's the old
Yeah.
GP.
What's Yeah, that looks good.
GP pearl, and then you have the black and blue. I mean,
Yeah,
you
so
kinda
it's
everything
got
you
the
need.
colors. It's got the colors that you
Ooh, I
need.
like that one.
That did look a little bit like a PB
Oh,
and
yeah.
J almost.
That purple.
Calling it bluegill.
Yeah, see, look, if you hold it like that, you can see it's got the swivel.
I see it. Yeah,
Or the snap
interesting.
ring.
That is
It's a
interesting.
swivel, not a
Snap ring,
oh,
sorry.
snap ring.
So that's giving the body a lot more action.
Actually,
It's
yeah,
probably
no,
taking
it's
it
a
away
snap ring.
some because it's actually moving, not transferring that motion through it.
So, I think this can work both ways. If you have a straight tail, the tail's probably going to stay really straight.
Yeah.
If you have a paddle tail, which can overdo the blade, I think it's not going to do that as much because that split ring's going to take that out. So this is an interesting one. I'm going to throw this. One day I'm going to go out with just this and the Spro coverage upper tide on and see what happens.
$10. I'm gonna give it a
That's pretty good.
I give it a 4.
3 or 4.
I give it
I'd
a
say
4.
4.
I give it a 4. I mean, that's pretty well priced. Action, I think a 3 is fair. Maybe even a 2. Just because we don't know.
So right now that's kind of up there because we're giving the components a 4. Do you agree with 4 on the components? However, I will say the split rings are failing points.
They could be. They could be. They could be. I mean, if we make it a 3, it's still in the top tier. It's at the lower top tier, though. So,
Jim makes a good point. When they swipe at it, the hook will swing and not hook the fish like a fixed hook.
Yeah.
okay.
All right, 3.
Yeah, we'll give it a 3. It's a 10.
So we're still in the green. It's a 10.
I mean, you could go 3 on price if you really wanted to.
I can agree with the G-Rad being comparable to a Picasso.
Yeah, that's. I think that's fine. Hag's Hurricane. I don't have any experience with this bait. Pretty excited to try
I've heard
it.
very, very good things about the Hags Hurricane. I've personally never thrown one myself. I do believe that we're going to have some good comments about the Hags. I use one in the grass and it works fine.
So,
Joe, you've thrown the G-Rat?
all right. There's nothing about this bait unless it just absolutely sucks ass out of the box that's not going to make this a really high rated bait.
It's got a nice swivel on it. The hook
head.
is, the hook's like a jungle hook.
Yeah, that head is like real wide and flat.
So
It
that
almost
means
looks
I
like the
saw
same
that
as
when
like
I
a
bought it.
Jackhammer head.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
I
could
was gonna
skip
say that's
that.
jackhammer
You could
style.
skip that
Yeah.
thing miles. Like you could, you know what I mean? Like
It's got a very nice bait keeper on there.
It
The
does.
skirt is like very thin though. Like there's not much to it.
That's tied skirt though, isn't it?
It's tied, but there's not. It's not thick.
Jim said he spent 7 straight hours today and it holds up 100%. So this bait like right here has the potential to really screw a lot of shit up in a good way, right? Because are
I've
you ready
heard
for the
great
price? Are
things
you ready
about
for the
these.
price on this? Go ahead, search it on Tackle Warehouse. Go ahead.
Joe, are you talking about the G-Rat or are you talking about something else? I know Jim's talking about the hags. Jim likes the hags.
Wait, he was fishing for 7 hours today?
He lives in Florida.
Oh my gosh. Must be nice.
Jim, how you liking that Skeeter?
Falcon.
Falcon.
Look at the price on that.
Ooh.
That's yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a 5. That's a straight 5. That's a
It's
straight
got a
5.
3/4
What's the
option.
what's the colors in this?
They're pretty good. They've got everything you need. Oh, I just dropped the bait. Get that before Bubs eats it. Yeah, I mean, I really think this bait has the potential to really shake up this jackhammer this jackhammer supremacy.
It's not the best bluegill color, but
But I mean, it's got enough to keep you occupied. It's got white, it's got black and blue, it's got that, it's got
He's
the
got
red.
the spring red. I like the pink and the thread fin.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
the only thing that I'm not super hyped on is the blade connection to the eyelet. I feel like that could be a
you
failure
can
point.
see a gap in it right there in the picture.
Yeah.
I could see that being a failure
That,
point.
that gap right here.
Well, not necessarily that. Just it's gonna wear.
You could probably pinch down on that with a pair of pliers.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
you could. I'm trying to remember. You've got a jackhammer here, Chad. Is that how the jackhammer blade's connected as well? Am I just like completely missing something?
I think the jackhammer goes all the way back into it.
Is that how the blade's connected?
The jackhammer's all the way around.
Let me see it.
Jackhammers have that little slot in
Okay.
the front where it tucks back
Yeah.
down into it.
All right. So, but really, I mean, it's the same. Well, here's the other thing. The jackhammer. It looks like it has. Does that move? Does that little thing move, or is it just a little bit different design right there? See what I'm talking about?
What's that?
How it goes all the way in. It doesn't move like on the Thunder Cricket, right?
It's
Yeah,
got
just
it,
like a slot.
not like a thunder cricket, but it does
Okay.
move a little bit up and down.
Okay. That being said, if
What's
this,
the reviews on this one? It's got 11 reviews, so people have actually thrown it.
yeah,
4.4 out of 5 with 11 reviews. Catches fish, but picky about trailers. Hard thumping bladed jig with a quality, if oddly long shanked narrow gap hook, but it keeps them pinned just fine. The issue I take is that it is super picky about the trailer you use and how perfectly you rig it. With a spunk shad from Hog Farmer, it blows out super easy if you run it any faster than a slow crawl.
I mean, but that's how you fish it 90% of the time is with a slow crawl, popping it out of the grass.
Here's a 3-star. The hook shank is ridiculously long, so you need a large trailer. No problem, right? Wrong. The gap on the hook is too small for larger
It is very
trailers.
small.
I was looking for a cheaper jackhammer alternative, but this sure is not that.
I don't know that I see that.
Here's a 1-star.
No,
The
it's
Hag's trash
definitely-
broken after
it's
2
longer.
fish. 30 minutes of fishing. All that was left was the blade.
You see this? Your jackhammer. Just looking at the.
That's like a 2-odd
the
hook
hook
gap.
shank. Like it's longer. I mean, it's like it's a wow. It's a lot
Yeah.
longer.
It is.
It is a lot longer. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, maybe right. Like maybe this doesn't matter. Maybe it does. Now, what do some of the good reviews say?
What's up, Jeff?
I mean, Jim says he loves it. So, and I know Jim has thrown it a lot. Let's go. What do some of the 5-star reviews say? Just because I'm curious. Bladed jig goat broke after 2 fish and 30 minutes of fishing. All that was left is the blade. Well, we've had that happen with other ones.
Best thump period, great new colors. The magic is in the blade design. Inverted at the clip attachment. Of course, the value is unbelievable. Best
They're very
chatterbait
cheap.
for replacing the jackhammer. Don't let low price fool you. These are the best chatterbaits I've ever used. Top of the line components, hand tied skirt.
It is a
direct
tied
blade
skirt.
connection. Oversized BKK hook. Plus also the bait keeper. I've spent the money on jackhammers and thunder crickets in the past, but the money these are good, if not better.
I mean, you can get what, 3 of these for price of 1 jackhammer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna rate it. You can go with the Hag's price.
It's definitely a 5.
It's a
Yeah.
5.
The action, Jim, what do you think? Is this 4 good action, or would you say 5? I mean, is there what about a jackhammer action wise is better than this bait since you've thrown both of them? To me, looking at it, it looks pretty damn good. It looks pretty comparable. Components, I think the fact that it has a hand tied skirt. I don't know about the actual what hooks they are.
It's a good BKK hook on it.
Where's
That's what the guy said.
Where are those things made at? Does it say on there? Does it say China?
Let's see.
Probably
here.
China.
I'm sure it is. I don't know that it says it on here. I don't think it does.
It's gotta say it somewhere.
Jim says just as good as a
Savannah
jackhammer.
Marie, thanks for joining. Do you know her?
Oh,
I
made
think
in
I might have
China.
had
It
her
is. It
once
is in
or two.
fact made in China. So, so there's that. I mean, but everything is made in China. So, the hook keeper is 2 metal barbs similar to a jackhammer. So what we're
Yeah.
used to.
I'm giving it the 4.45. What's your opinion?
I'd agree with that.
Tony?
I almost want to give it a 5 for the action. But I
don't
can't
know.
really say that without throwing it. So I think a 4 is fine. I think a 4 is fine. And by the way, they're not made in the USA. The pack I'm looking at right here says made in China. Just saying. Bottom right, if you got a pack handy, bottom right on the back.
Paul says
made in
USA
China.
and Jim says USA, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, I can read.
It's probably one of those things designed in USA.
Could be.
it does say made in China right on the back here.
Yep.
China. Which is crazy. How is this not part of the tariff?
It probably was designed in the USA and it's been.
There's no reason why everybody watching shouldn't just go immediately buy 5 of these for $30 and try them though.
Yeah,
For the price.
I would agree. If I was
Yeah.
anybody right now looking for chatterbaits, I think I would be picking up 2 or 3 of these.
So wait a minute. Let's think about this for a second. So to get 2 chatterbaits, you have to pay $40. At $6, you can get almost 7 of these. So you could
buy every color.
You could actually buy every color of these before you get 2 jackhammers. Just saying. So we'll see how these last. We'll see what the jury is on the hook shank is long. I'm not gonna lie.
Jeff, are you saying on the Hags, they've ate the skirt off and you've set the hook a few times and just got a blade back?
So we'll see. I tell everyone I know of them, buy one, then don't like it, I'll buy it from them. I mean, Jim seems to really like these, so
I do trust Jim's opinion.
we'll see how these fare. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that these should be a good bait. I mean, they really should, but we'll see what happens.
I have to look it up. I can't remember, but at the end of this, we do have to discuss before everybody gets off here the origination of
Oh yeah,
the chatterbait. Honestly, we probably should have started with that.
probably.
But
that's
you know,
okay.
that's hindsight now.
All right,
Can I get a beer?
Sure. So next one.
That's future.
Future. Next one. This is a good bait. This is a really good bait. I like this one a lot. This is a
Is
chat.
that like Grandma's Boy or something? It's like future. Like
It's in SpongeBob. For I'm showing my age a little bit here. All right, Chatterbait Minimax. Chatterbait Minimax. Chatterbait Minimax. All right, this is a good bait. I like this bait. It's situational, so I'll say that. You cannot just throw any trailer on it. It does come in the normal chatterbait weights, a 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 ounce. It does have a hand-tied skirt. It's not jackhammer components. It's more of original chatterbait components, I would say.
on the Minimax.
On the Minimax, it's got a really good hook though. The keeper sucks. The keeper's just the lead points on the hook. So
I
that,
like
eh.
the Minimax.
They do
I
not
like it
catch
too.
fish. You should not throw them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that means they can.
exactly.
I mean, I've caught a lot of fish on these. These are really good around smallmouth. It's situational though. I mean, if they're eating a chatterbait, you'll catch it. But this is a really good downsized bait if you got smaller forage.
So honestly, between the Minimax and then the chatterbait baby, the jackhammer baby, I think they're calling it.
That's the
mini
Evo,
jack?
the mini Evo.
They
I
have
thought.
the mini jackhammer.
Well, there's a mini Evo and then a mini jackhammer. which I feel like that was just too much to cover. Because those baits are going to fall in line with the action price and components of the regular, Jack Hamir. Is that a Somalian?
Oh, the baby jack. Yep.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go.
Z-Man Evergreen. So you're still paying $20 for the baby jack, or the Chatterbait Mini Max, I believe, is $15.
I don't think it's
They're
that
less
much.
than that.
I think it's like $9. Yeah,
Yeah,
$10.
$9.
The Evo Mini Max is $10.
I mean, okay, so the Mini Max is $9.99. The Evo Mini Max is $9.99. Why would I get this over the Evo?
I
don't know.
like this bait.
That's a great bait. Don't get me wrong.
I like this bait. It is smaller.
What's the difference between that and the Evo?
It's still half
know.
ounce. It's smaller. It's got a thick hook on it. It still has basically the same connection as a jackhammer on the head for the blade.
Wait a minute. I think the keeper is going to be the big difference.
Yeah, the keeper on the Evo is a lot better.
Yeah, this has a shitty keeper on it.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have the extra piece of lead on the hook shank though.
Which one is that?
That's the
That's the
Evo,
Evo
the Mini
Mini.
Evo.
The
I think that-
jackhammer?
No, the
No, the
Mini Evo.
Evo.
Okay.
I think the Mini Evo is a better bait.
The
personally.
Mini Max does not have a good hook keeper like
No,
that does.
it's got you're gluing.
It's the same head connection and everything though, and the head has more detail.
All right, so here, let's do this. So real quick, this is the Mini Max. Still a tied skirt. So, you got that. Paul has a good point. Paul says you have to drop the 12-pound line to get the action right. Yes. Yes, that is absolutely true. These baits are finicky with trailers. You're going to have to downsize your trailer. Had some good days on Conowingo with these for smallmouth in the grass. But, again, it's situational for
Well,
me.
they do have they get the barb on top and bottom.
Yeah.
It's not
Do
just
they?
your
It's
standard.
not terrible.
Yeah, but it's not a metal bar.
Yeah.
So
It's
let's
just
go
like
back to the
crappy.
Evo since we weren't sharing the screen, but this is the Evo Mini. Let's just pick.
I think I'm buying the Evo over
For the same price, yeah.
for the same price probably.
Where the hell's the white one?
I'd like the action on these though.
They catch fish.
They catch fish.
This just looks better to me. This bait just looks better. I like the keeper more. The hook's comparable. The head is more detailed. The holographic eye. I personally, for the same price, I'm getting the Evo. But the Mini Max is good. The price is pretty decent for what you're getting.
They make them in all the same weights too.
I'm gonna say the price is a 4. Action, probably a 4 as well.
Yeah.
Components.
When we say the Mini Max, we're just talking.
Yeah, not the
I'm
Mini
going
Evo.
down to maybe a 3 on the components because of the hook keeper.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And the head, the paint, and the head is not
I could agree
the
with
same
that.
as the Evo.
All right, real quick. Here's what I'm gonna do. I
We
think
should add the Evo to this.
the Mini Evo.
Yeah.
All right. So the Mini Evo would be a 4, 4, and 4, essentially. Actually, it might be a 5, 4, and 4 because it's better components for the same price.
How do I add the fucking thing to this?
Here, hold on 1 second. I'll do that. I think we're gonna have to. Oh shit.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom
while you guys are
figuring that
What did you just do?
I don't know what I
no.
just did. That's okay. There we go. All right, so here. Oh, you motherfucker! Just fucking. Can you just press Control V, please? Okay, there we go. Why fucking? All right, there we go. All right, real quick, because Tom's in the bathroom, and I think we have too many. I think we have too many.
I don't think 4 is out of mind for that. I think it still has a really good action. I just think the components are.
I mean, it doesn't have the same. All right, let's.
It's
see.
literally
Wait a
the
minute.
same exact connections and everything as the Evo.
What did we have for the original Chatterbait for action? 2.
2.
Okay. That being said, we probably should drop it to a 3, because this is really the same action as the original. It's better. It's a little bit better, but not much.
Paul says very specific trailers needed. You can't throw it on more than 14-pound line or it kills the action.
I would definitely agree with what Paul's saying with the line and the trailer.
It's still the good action though, but it's also the mini. So you're no matter whatever mini bait you're throwing, you're not going to be able to put a full size Yamamoto Seiko on there. It's a mini.
All right, if we make it a 3. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the rating scheme because I think we got too many on the cream of the crop. So tier 2 is going to be 5 to 11. All right. Cream of the crop is going to be 12 to 15 from now on. All right, so we're going to have to go back here and change some of these. Not a huge deal. We're going to go, you guys are going to get some learning on Excel. All right. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 12 for green. All right, so we got that. Value is between 5 and 11. So then we're going to take another look here. Done. And then this is still going to be less than or equal to 4. Okay, so that shakes things up a little bit more even of a spread here.
I can agree with that.
All right, let's continue. This is my favorite one on this list. I'm going to be very honest with you.
The Super Break Blade. I can't even believe you're talking about
The
it.
Super Break Blade. The reason why I'm talking about this is because there's a guy on YouTube that I really like his videos, Bass Sniper. He has a really good video about this. That's how I found out about it. So if his video's out about it, it's not that secret, so we might as well talk about it. And that is the Super Break Blade.
They do have the... Paul says it's not just the size, Chad. I mean, it is. If you put a full-size Seiko on a Mini, it's definitely going to kill the action. You should downsize the trailer.
There's some truth to that, though. I mean, with the Mini Max...
I agree. I agree.
With the Mini Max, there's like 2 or 3 trailers that you can throw.
But even like the Slim Seiko.
I mean,
Like, it's
for that bait,
probably
like
gonna be too big.
for me, in my opinion, the Mini Max, they're the only trailer I find that I like. Well, that's the Juggle Minnow.
Really?
The Juggle Minnow is a really good trailer for the Mini Max, but that's the only one I can find. Like if I put a what the fuck's it called, a freeloader on it, it's not good at all. I mean, a little paddle tail maybe, but the
I
Juggle's the
throw a
one.
paddle tail on the Mini Max, but I'll take a pair of scissors and cut down the edge of the paddle.
That makes
just
sense.
a little bit, so it's
Yeah, I can see
not
that.
as strong.
I can see
Works
that.
great.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like that would work. But to me, like when I'm throwing them, if I have to throw the Mini Max, it's throwing a Juggle Minnow as a trailer, because it's a small enough bait, but it's still a straight tail with a big taper, so you still get the good tail action with
A
it.
Juggle Minnow on an Evo, that thing just goes
Yeah.
wherever it wants.
Yeah. The Juggle Minnow is actually a sneaky good chatterbait trailer for a lot of these, especially the smaller ones. All right, the Super Break Blade. This is my favorite bait on the list. It might not. This is my favorite bait on the list. I think that the Raid Max is.
I really only throw 2.
I think that the Raid Max is
3.
a better bait, but I think this bait is a. I don't know how I want to say this. This is the same price, but it's more versatile. It's the most versatile bait on this list by far. Can you go ahead and pull it up, Chad? The Super Break Blade. This is. I really, really, really like this bait, and I had some really good days on it. On a handful of days.
They're not
that I
going to
fished.
have that on Warehouse, are they?
No, they don't have it on Warehouse. You're gonna have to look it up on like some Japan site. Yeah, Paul, I agree with you 100%, buddy. Zero bad things to say about it. It's fantastic. It is an incredible bait, and it is the most versatile bait on this list. So if we can go ahead and share the screen real quick, Chad.
I don't know if I want to share the screen.
Yeah, well, we're already talking about it. It's a little too late. This is it. This is the Super Break Blade. This bait is the most versatile bait, and if you'll look at it, you'll notice that it has weed guards on the top and weed guards on the bottom. Now, I had a day this year with my buddy Greg, and in September, and I probably caught 30 stripers on this bait, and on about the 30th striper, I lost the bottom weed guards. I still had the top ones. So this bait will hold up to some pretty nasty torture and abuse. Yeah. This bait will come through grass better than any other
This
bait
is
on
a
this list.
straight JDM chatterbait.
This will come through the grass better than any other bait on this list. This will come through wood better than any other bait on this list. The components are top tier. I have not had anything bad to say about this bait. It is just as expensive as the Jackhammer with more versatility. It is just as expensive as the Raid, which I said is a ridiculously phenomenal bait.
It is ridiculous.
I think the Raid is a little bit better in the grass in terms of the action. However, it's pretty damn close with this one. and I can throw it anywhere. I've never lost one of these.
Obviously, it protects from weeds, Paul. Duh. It's a weed guard.
So the bottom weed guard actually is hugely beneficial because when you're rolling this thing over top of logs, and I've watched this happen numerous times, when you're rolling this thing over top of logs, it keeps the bait gets high enough and then it rolls so it doesn't get hung up. You can also hop it and it won't get stuck in rocks or anything like that. This bait is phenomenal. I think, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, this is a straight 5 across the board for me. This is a 15.
And I gotta let you guys know something. The fact that Tony is saying this is incredible because last year we couldn't even buy Tony to buy a jackhammer.
Yeah.
So, or it might have been 2 seasons ago. He went all in on finally buying expensive stuff and JDM stuff, and now he's figuring it out, and it's good to see because some of these JDM baits they have out here are just, dude, the Japs know how to do it better. They just do. It's just a fucking fact.
I use this bait
Sorry
a lot.
if it hurts your feelings.
I used this bait a lot this year, and this bait was phenomenal. I mean, this bait was really, really good. In every situation I used it in, and the hook keeper, as you can see on there, is small, and it works. Like, it just
like the same as on a flipping hook.
Yeah, this bait is phenomenal. I literally, if you're fishing wood, yeah, exactly, Paul. You're absolutely. If you're fishing wood, rolling it, it's gonna go. This bait, you can throw it anywhere. It's not gonna get hung up.
So
like I said, I've never lost one.
The 3 8-ounce model uses a 2.0 equivalent hook, and the half-ounce model uses a 3.0 equivalent hook.
And like I said, it took me 30 stripers to lose the bottom weed guards on this bait, and then went and threw it in the grass and caught a bunch of bass with it.
This is a tungsten bait.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's tungsten. It has the components. It has the weed guards, and it's the same price as the jackhammer.
Mm-hmm.
This bait is phenomenal. I cannot say enough good things
The
about
head
this
on
bait.
it's like real narrow too, so it should come through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the weed guards actually made of on it?
It's
So
wire. It's
it
metal.
wire?
It's really thin and it doesn't kink. Yeah, it doesn't kink. This bait. I mean, for
titanium, probably.
I don't know that for sure.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, I just got a work text.
I have been wanting to buy these. I just can't fucking find them anywhere.
They are hard to find. Just saying. But for me, this bait's a 5. For what you get and for how long it lasts.
Look, I'm going to critique it a little bit. I don't like that. Right
I
there.
haven't had any problems.
I don't like that.
But I think the shape of the head underneath of it will keep it from.
Probably, yeah. Probably because the nose sticks out.
The nose
some.
protrudes. Yeah, that's not coming off. So, like I said, I mean, this is just my opinion, but I say it's a straight 5. I say it's 5s all the way, because this thing you don't
give
have
it a
to.
5 at the $20 price point.
Why?
Because you're not giving the jackhammer the 5.
But this has more than the jackhammer.
It does.
Yeah.
This has more than the jackhammer.
Jackhammer doesn't have weed guards.
This has the components are just as good, if not better. If you buy one of these and fish with it, so you know how with a chatterbait, like how I always fish a chatterbait in the grass, I kind of high stick it a little bit just so I can rip it. You don't even have to rip this thing out. Like, it just comes through it naturally.
I still have a hard time giving it a 5 on price because it's $20 and we've given maybe a 4.
I'd
Okay,
say a 4.
Maybe a
I'll
4.
accept the 4.
Action 5.
Components is a 5.
Components
Components is a 5.
5. It's got more components than any of the other ones.
So far, that's our highest rated, and I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Guggen clickbait.
We can just skip this one if you want.
No, we gotta go. We gotta rate this one.
We're gonna leave this at 0.
No. How much does it sell for? We're going through this. We got to go through this because I don't even know. The only
Are you sure you want to search that on your computer? It might.
It's probably gonna download some type of gay porn
dude.
virus on
Look
here.
at this piece of shit.
What is that?
I don't even know why this exists.
What is that?
Why does it have anal beads on it? Dude, I have no idea why this bait needs to just go away. The only reason I have any of these baits is because they come in, like, people get me the mystery tackle box for Christmas, and this always comes in one. And I'll give it to my uncle.
Why
and-
does this have 4.5 reviews?
Yeah, what do the reviews say?
It's all 10-year-olds that are reviewing
probably.
it.
Probably.
Best bladed jig on the market. Oh my gosh. I don't care what anybody says about the clickbait. I catch way more fish on the clickbait than I do the chatterbait. You know, that's got to be somebody from Somalia putting that in there. It's just, there's no way. My number one go-to fishing lure, the Guggen Squad. The Guggen Squad clickbait is my number one go-to fishing lure. I catch more fish on the clickbait than I do on the chatterbait. Oh, this is the same person. Come on.
Is it really?
It's got to be Justin, Tennessee. Justin, Tennessee. See, this is horse
A
shit.
couple days later, too.
If you fish a pond with decent vegetation, pay the extra money and get a jackhammer. This
This
doesn't
was
even
just
work
last
anymore.
weekend. He was doing this during the snowstorm.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was bored. Thanks,
Snowing
Justin.
in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the whole East Coast, like the whole
You
central
know
part
it's
of the
from
United
Somalia.
States.
You know it's from Somalia.
I don't think they get snow there.
No, it's just Somalian in like Minnesota, you know? It's just a Somalian
This is
Tennessee.
easily my favorite bladed jig that's above 1/4 ounce, which is funny. What? What does that even mean? These things are very well made and catch a lot with 3 T's of fish. The sound isn't so aggressive, so fish will want to strike it more than the aggressive sounding blades. I don't think that's how that works.
You're losing credibility.
When
the
it
more this guy
falls,
goes.
it rattles because of the metal beads on the lure. Dude, how can you possibly tell me that you have seen that? That you've not witnessed that? Throw it, then let it fall for a bit, then crank with a few stops on the way back. Had a lot of success in pressured muddy lakes with these, especially around the fall or springtime. Okay, so you caught fish on it when fish eat a chatterbait more than anything. Got it. Am I going to sit here and say that this will not catch fish? No, it will catch a fish, right? It'll probably catch a couple fish.
Is it the worst chatterbait on the market?
Yes,
Yes,
100%.
it is.
Well-
look at this.
What's that keeper on there, though?
Look at this. What is this?
I don't know.
What is this?
No, it's just on the top.
What is this? That doesn't even make
I
sense.
don't even understand how it's connected to that. Like, it looks like a...
The
looks
wire
like that...
looks like it's just open on the back.
I wish I could like 360 turn this. You know,
You know,
like
it
a
almost
3D.
looks like that puzzle with the wheel on the metal where you like go up and down.
Jim
with it.
says the
It would just
review guy
fall
is
off.
gay. He's definitely gay.
I don't understand this bait at all. I just
Guggen clickbait. I'll give the price of.
give it.
Give the price of.
I mean, it's
2?
pretty cheap.
At a
Yeah, but like you're wasting
3,
money when you buy it though. That's the problem.
1.
Yeah, but that's now tier 2. Like the price has got to be a 2.
Berkeley Slobber Knocker is better than that, or not
No.
better than that.
No, they're equally horrible. I mean, honestly, the Guggen clickbait you can just make it a 1 because you.
Can we all agree that the clickbait is definitely a 4? It should not be in the medium.
I think it should be
category.
a 3, just because you're wasting
Yeah,
your
Paul
money.
says it's open on the back. There's nothing even keeping the blade from falling off of it. That's a 4. It shouldn't even be that.
Can you give it a 0? Is that possible?
Sure, just
On components?
No.
I mean, we can. There we go.
There's a problem.
I could just change it later.
All right, either way, it's dog shit. Don't buy it.
Yeah, you don't want that. I mean, it's garbage. Like it's just a waste of money, right? Just don't buy it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say
Paul,
it doesn't catch fish.
I want you to throw this Guggen clickbait all season. when
Here's
the
what you
ice
should
melts.
do. If you really want to be an asshole, buy like 5 or 6 of them, and then when your buddy's not looking, tie it onto one of his rods when he's not watching. And
That would
it's-
be hilarious.
I know. It
He would
would be.
instantly throw it and be like, "What is wrong?"
That'd be a great prank. Actually, I'm gonna do that to somebody
I
this
want to
year.
tie on like 6 of them at the summer solstice.
Okay, so the jackhammer stealth
Just when we
blade.
get back.
We're going to the jackhammer stealth blade here. I do want to talk about the stealth blade is kind of niche, in my opinion.
Mhm.
It's a niche chatterbait. It's got that clear bait on it. I think the stealth blade is more designed for high pressure areas. It's got a plastic blade. It's not as loud. Obviously, it has a see-through blade. I think it's really kind of like a more of a clear water, high pressure type bait. I do have them. I have thrown them. I have caught fish on them. I do think it's completely niche. It's like has a specific design, like I said, and I just I'm not really too sure what to actually think about.
They got a different clip on there. They do.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah. It's just like
The
a
components are
oval
different.
spit ring.
Everything on it is different compared to a jackhammer. It's not a bad chatterbait. It's just a niche chatterbait.
I don't think there is another one made that has a plastic blade, is it?
Yeah, Paul, I have your favorite thing on here. Instead of a trailer, I have a trailer hook on here. Paul hates that I run trailer hooks on my chatterbaits.
I put my hat on because it's really cold outside.
Did you just go outside?
No, I just wanted to put my mask on.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
So I don't know. Like I said, clear bait. I think it's for a high pressure system, more clear water. It's not the typical thing that we're going to throw around here. I could see this maybe fishing, maybe the reservoirs.
I don't
or
really,
something of that nature. Like maybe at Lake Anna.
I don't really have an
Like
oppor-
Anna fish would eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a situation where that's the bait that I really reach for. I would say the only thing in my eyes to where
Okay, so Jamie backs me up. The stealth is good on the Baltimore reservoirs. I appreciate that because it's not a bad bait. It's just designed for different purposes than what most of us are using.
I remember watching a tactical bassin video a number of years ago, and Matt Allen said that where in his opinion where that bait shines is when you're on a grass flat and everyone's throwing a jackhammer, you pick that up. But that video is a couple years old before there were.
You look like you're going to run cocaine after this.
No, I'm just gonna run outside because it's 5 degrees. But
I
anyway,
feel like you should have that like mouth filter on where you're just like, yeah, I don't,
like Bane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where nobody can hear your voice and understand who it is.
But the Matt Allen says that bait was really shine for him when everyone's throwing a jackhammer. You pick that bait up and throw it. But that was before there was 15, 16 other jackhammer options. So, maybe like I could see this. I could honestly see this bait going away in the next couple of years. I just don't think it has like a super solidified place in the market
I could
anymore.
agree with that.
That's just my opinion.
However, it's been around for a while now.
Well, it has, but I don't see a lot of people buying it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know that there's a lot of people really throwing this bait. I mean, it's got its times, but I mean, the chatterbait's power fishing anyway. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't see. I think there's better options if you want to get a jackhammer alternative because that has a completely different vibration. That is a completely different vibration.
It's still a $20 bait.
Well, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
right
you can find
away,
them
we're
on
going to go
sale
here
a
to scene
a
2.
lot more often though.
I give the price for this a 2 because it's the same price as the jackhammer.
I'm giving it a 2.
And it's super situational.
Given the action on it.
I'm gonna give it a 3, just
What's your
because it's a
thoughts, Tom?
different thump,
Yeah.
and it's a different thump. I
I'd
mean,
say
it
it's
catches
yeah.
fish. I've caught plenty of fish on it.
It doesn't have bad components. It
No.
doesn't have hooks. hook hooks.
Have you ever had the
keeper
blade on
is
one break?
decent.
I've had those. If actually, I've had more of those stealth blades break in one way or another than any other bait on this list.
It doesn't have bad components.
I've had the skirts come undone on them. I've had all kinds of
I
nonsense.
kind of want to give the components a 3 to a 4.
Whatever
but
we gave the jackhammer is what you got to give that, honestly, because the components are the same. The quality of the components is
What
the
is
same.
it?
We gave the jackhammer.
Blind ties.
The
are a little bit
original
different
or
on
the
The
it.
jackhammer?
The jackhammer.
I gave it a 5. It's not the same though. The freaking
What's different? I mean, the blade.
everything is the blade is
The line
different. The
tie is just
connector is
a
different. The
oval
O
Yeah,
split
ring
ring.
on the head is
no,
different.
You're right. That's fair. Give it a
3.
Give it a 3. Okay, wow. That's a surprise. That's a surprise. But again, I think price hurts that.
Yes, you can get stealth blades at Ollie's for like $8, and that's because nobody wants them.
That's a pretty good point, actually.
Is the
If you're going to Ollie's to shop for fishing gear, well, I can't even say you're wrong because I have done that multiple times.
they got some good stuff there every once in a while.
Yeah, as Chad talked me through it, I agreed that
Yeah, they're
the
not.
components are different, but I don't think it's a bad bait. I mean,
I don't think it's a bad bait. It's not a bad bait. The price on it, honestly, I'm
The
going.
price sucks.
I'm going with a 1.
I
gotta
don't know
lower
about
the
that.
price to a 1.
I don't know if I can. Well, actually,
It's $20
yeah, you know what?
and it has not good components.
And it's situational. It's too situational.
It's
in
too
my-
situational.
like. There's
It's
never.
not. It's not a dog shit bait. Don't ever buy it. But it's not. It's not great.
I've never had an opportunity where I've never had an opportunity where I'm fishing a chatterbait and I'm like, oh, I need that stealth blade like right now. Like I've never had that.
I have swapped to a stealth blade fishing at Anna before, and I've swapped to a stealth blade on the reservoirs before. Simply because of the clear water and not so much the pressure at Anna, but the pressure at the reservoirs.
I mean, again, it has its place, but its place is limited. Now, are there going to be, like, I think you're going to catch fish. If you go out on a regular day on the flats and throw it, I think you'll catch fish on it, 100%. But I just don't see, I don't see why.
If you find fish and throw anything in the middle of it, you'll catch something.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Paul says the only place that sells them for full retail is Tackle Warehouse. I mean, even if we go back to the 2 on the price, because you can get them cheaper.
I do want to stay with the basics of where most people are going to go shop, though, and that's going to be Tackle
Yeah,
Warehouse.
if we're using Tackle
Or
Warehouse, then we got to
Walmart
keep it
or
at Tackle
Dick's or
Warehouse.
something like that, and they're probably going to be selling them for.
Yeah, I mean, because
same
we're
price range as
using
that.
Tackle Warehouse as like the standard, we got to keep.
And you
it.
can't say, well, the jackhammers, they sell them for this price. They definitely do sales on jackhammers at Dick's and stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't know, like it sucks because it's a good bait, but like it's just I don't know, dude. Like I have like 4 of them and I don't ever throw them ever.
And where were we going with the Mini Evo?
The Mini Evo was all right. The Mini Evo
Better than the Mini Max.
Well, because of the components, the price is better already. It's got to be a 5 on the price. I've never thrown it, so I can't say for the action. But if it's
what did
anything
we
like an
put for
Evo,
the Evo, the regular Evo?
I think we
I
put
think it
a
was a 4, wasn't it?
4 for the price.
The Mini Max, we did 4 on price.
But I think the reason why I say 5 for the price of the Mini Evo is because you can get the Mini
3 on
Max.
action and 3 on components.
The Mini Max, you get it for the same price as the Evo, so
Yeah.
it's got to be better than the Mini Max for price. It's got to be.
But the blade itself is the same, right?
I don't think so.
It looked everything about the
Is it?
connections.
No, it is. I'm sorry.
The connections, the blade, and the hook is all the same.
The head's different. The hook keeper is different
Yeah.
Yes.
on the Mini Evo.
It's the head and the hook keeper.
Make
Okay,
a
so let's
huge
make it
difference.
a 4.
So we're gonna go 4.
Well, I'm sorry, I meant for components. I would keep it as a 5 for price because it's better priced. The Mini Evo, what was it, action?
Was a 3.
What did we give the Raid? No, not the Raid. The Mini Max was a 3. Okay, give it a 4. It's a 12. It's pretty strong.
I can kind of agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right, now let's put these in the tiers. All right, so rolling up tier 1. Okay, we've got the Jackhammer. We've got the Chatterbait Evo. We have got the OSP Blade Jig, which is we're putting as good as a Jackhammer, mainly because of the price.
So if you guys are watching, you're into throwing chatterbaits, these are the ones you might want to write down.
Yep. Here, you want me to just make the list and check it twice? Well, it doesn't matter. Jackhammer, Chatterbait Evo, OSP Blade Jig, Thunder Cricket. I think the Thunder Cricket should have been rated higher.
I will agree, and I also do want to read Jim's. Jim took the time to write this comment, and I do want to read it out loud. He says, to change baits on you for a second, I want to tell you the Buka 4-inch trick shad is freaking amazing for the finesse guys. If you guys are looking for a glide bait style bait that's finesse, you should definitely check them out. He was very impressed with it. He bought 4 of them. That's his advice for the night. He promised you that you'll love it. I can agree. The Buka brand, everything he makes is pretty good. A 4-inch little glide bait is pretty sick. It'll definitely get some bites. So definitely check that out. And then Jim also says, just so you know, the blade thickness is also different on a lot of these blades. Jackhammer has thicker gauge metal.
Yep.
Correct, 100%.
All right. So going down the list, we got the Jackhammer and the Evo tied at 13. We got the OSP Blade Jig tied at 13. The Thunder Cricket all come in at 13. The Raid Max Blade Speed is 1 under because of the finicky trailer kit nonsense. I got it. Those baits should be rated higher, I think, but price and availability hurts them a lot there. The Raid Max Blade Power is a little bit better, so that comes in as a 13, ties the Jackhammer. The highest rated bait we have on this list is the Super Break Blade at a
The Hags, did you skip the Hags?
I did skip the Hags. The Hags is going to be a 13, so that's strong, but we got to do some homework on that. The jury might still be out on that.
I
it's
think I
very
might
new.
order a few after this.
Yeah, I would for the price.
$7,
Hell yeah.
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 And then the highest rated bait we have on this list is a Super Break Blade. The Super Break Blade is fantastic. The only thing that hurt it was the price because it's $20.
It is. I will say it's a.
Yeah, the Jackal Super Break Blade. Yep, there you go. And then rounding out our tier 1 chatterbaits is the Mini Evo. I think that's a pretty good list, actually. Going back to the top, coming down at the mid tier. So not great, not bad. The original chatterbait, right where it should be, in my opinion, smack in the middle.
Still wouldn't throw one.
A little bit above that is the Bass Puzzle Grass Piece. So we still got to figure out a lot
We
of
should
this.
have listed prices next to these.
Yeah, a little bit of this is action. I could see this being bumped a little bit on the price because it's $20 and there's some other baits on here that are $20, but we don't really know why, how good the action is. So without knowing how good the bait is, making it $20, I think is a little unfair.
I do think giving a 3 on action is kind of generous. Components is probably a little generous with a 4 as well, considering we don't actually know what the components are.
Yeah.
We don't know what the hook is.
There's
Could
some
bend out on the first fish.
there's
they
some
catch.
yeah.
there's some face value on this. I think we'll leave it for now and then
I
come
don't
back.
like that it has that spinnerbait
The
wire
arm,
on
yeah,
it.
the wire
That's
arm.
going to bend and break eventually, especially if you're trying to rip it through grass.
Do you have it still there?
Yeah, I got it.
Honestly, I'm going to drop this down to a 3. What's your thoughts on components?
I have a problem with that.
You don't like it?
I don't like that because it's a JDM bait, right? There would be no market for it if it
That
sucked.
wire is pretty thick.
There would be
Yeah,
no
it is a thick wire.
there'd be no market for it if it sucked. Just my opinion.
A little trick that I've been doing with the
Oh,
spinner
hold on,
baits,
Chad.
tie
Let me
a
do
braid
this.
around that where
Let me
the line goes
do
on it.
something real here. Sorry, I just realized that I can do this real quick. Sorry.
Can't you have them like put themselves in the correct column and shit?
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. As soon as because I'm using this shit. Hold on. Why is this doing this crap? Filter by values. Oh my god. Come on, man. Why is this so hard? It's because I'm using this shit.
I have fucking.
No, you don't.
I have Excel.
You tried it. You don't have the license for it. Because I tried that earlier. Oh, I just want to sort
What do you
it.
mean I don't have the license for it?
You haven't paid for it. Because, yeah. If you have to pay for
if
that
you open it, it works.
it doesn't. You can't do it. Sorry, Paul. We're retarded. I tried. I can't do it. What the fuck? This is why I like Excel and not the ripoffs of Excel. Add filters to the columns. What are you talking about? My God, dude. I lost the fucking thing now. Oh, here we go.
Well, Tony messed everything up.
Did you save this before you delete the whole thing?
Yeah, it saves automatically because it's on Google Sheets. Filter by values. Now what do I do? It just won't let me do it.
Can we just let Paul take over the computer
No.
remotely?
I don't think we can.
Highlight all columns and add filters.
All right, whatever. It is what it is. This is where it is. All right, tier 2. I tried. I embarrassed myself. All right, Chatterbait original, right in the middle. I agree with that. Grass piece. Jury's still out on it. We got to figure out what that looks like. Are we still doing this? I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna figure it out. It's because it's on Google Sheets. This isn't Excel. We could sort by color.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Grass piece. Still got to figure it out. Picasso shock blade. I'm curious to try that one. Somebody said it was good for smallmouth. Has a really narrow wobble, so that'll be kind of neat. Fish head primal vibe. Barely makes tier 2. That could be dropped. Honestly,
Should we change that?
that could be dropped. I think that could be dropped. We could make the action on that a 1 if we really wanted to, just to make it dog shit. But it's up to you guys. You guys let me know. Yeah, it only sorts it by alphabetical. I don't know why it won't let me sort it by highest to low. It's because it's fucking Google and not Excel. Because Excel's better. You can do more with it. All right, let's keep going. Spro cover jumper. Spro cover jumper, in my opinion, deserves a better score, but I need to fish it a little bit more. I need to fish a little bit more. I do. I think the price is not accurate on that. We gave it a 1 for price. It's $10. Should probably give it at least a 2, but it doesn't change the tier. It's still there. Now we got the G-Rat vibrating jig. So we're gonna have to throw that one. That wins for. See, that's another $10 bait. So we're gonna have to adjust the Spro cover jumper because they're the same price. Excuse me. I think we make the Spro cover jumper at least a 2 on price because it's the same price as the G-Rat, and we rated that a 4, but it's got better components. Make it a 2. Fuck it, let's make it a 2. All right, that's a little bit more respectable, and that the second 2 and the second 3 could go up. I mean, really that middle score could improve a lot. All right. Yeah, we could do that. Hold on. We're going to give Paul access to the sheet because we can't do this. We're too dumb.
We're fine.
Yeah. All right. Chatterbait Mini Max is it's coming in at a 10. You'd have to type in this shit.
Oh, I think might be people in there we don't want their email going.
Yeah. Probably. All right. Mini Max is a 10. Jackhammer Stealth Blade is a 7. That's crazy. And does that round out our tier 2? It does. All right. And then tier 1, trash, don't buy it, don't throw it, you don't want nothing to do with it. Chatterbait Legend, they don't make it anymore for a reason, so you really can't get your hands on it anyway. Z-Man just saves you a lot of heartache because that bait sucks. It's garbage. It's actually might be worse than the clickbait. It's not even a joke. The Berkeley Slobber Knocker, garbage. Hate it. Only because it has a Berkeley Fusion hook does it get a 2 there. Other than that, it sucks. And the Guggen Clickbait, which the price is the only thing because it's
shouldn't
cheap.
even be that high.
No, it shouldn't be that high, but it's so cheap. The only thing that I will say about the Guggen Clickbait, I will give it its props because there are a lot of, and this is not a valid thing, right? But it's true. It's not a valid scoring thing, but it's true. There's a lot of kids that are going to get into fishing that are going to watch everything the Guggen channel does, and they're going to buy a bunch of clickbaits, and that's going to lead them to buy a chatterbait, and that's going to lead them to buy a jackhammer, and then it's going to open their eyes to fishing. So realistically, the Guggen clickbait has a ton of potential to get people into fishing and to expose people to an entire genre of baits. So that's why I got to keep it as a 2. Because people are going to buy it. Like young kids are going to buy it and go fishing with it, and then they might catch a couple fish with it, and then they're going to get a jackhammer or an Evo, and they're going to be like, "Wow, this is even better." And then it's going to kind of start that ball rolling. So, as much as I hate Guggen, it does have its place, right?
Guggen sucks.
It does suck. There's no question about it. But
don't give a kid confidence by telling him to go out and buy the shittiest bait on the market.
yeah, but it's not about giving him confidence. It's about
Aren't they going out of
You're
business?
definitely not going to get confidence.
closing?
I thought they were.
I thought I heard that.
It's not about giving a kid confidence. It's about a kid that wants to go fishing and they go out one day to a pond and catch a 5-pounder on a Guggen clickbait because
Shit, I will give a kid my jackhammers. I will give a kid that's really into fishing a couple jackhammers before I give them a freaking Guggen bait and tell them to go out there and.
That kid's gonna be ruined financially for his life.
So, I will say Guggen is a necessary evil in that regard. In that, I remember if I was a 10-year-old in today's climate and I had access to YouTube, I'd probably be loving the Guggen squad. I'd probably be all over it.
I liked Guggen when it first came out, and then I tested their baits, and I was like, "This is literally it's awful. It's trash. There's nothing good about it."
But I mean, like I said, it is what it is, and it's not designed for us. It's not designed for people like us. It's designed for kids. It's designed for people that watch YouTube and go pond hopping. And if that's your thing, and you want to get a Guggen clickbait, and you're 11 years old, and your dad bought you two,
I guess you could consider it.
Good.
Yeah, it's like a beginner thing. It's like you get Guggen stuff in the mystery tackle box. And when I first got into fishing, I loved getting mystery tackle box because it was I just got a bunch of new shit. I didn't know what it was, and it was cool.
Right.
And then after I fished for a couple years and I figured out what brands I liked, what baits I liked, and how I liked to fish, I started hating the mystery tackle box. Every time I got it, I was like, this shit is junk.
They give you all the junk that nobody wants to buy.
Pretty much, yeah. They do 110%. But it gets your toes in the water.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it's not marketed for us. It's marketed for.
I did get a Mega Bass Vision 110 in there one time, and it was
Wow.
a junior.
You know what I used to get in there all the time? I used to get those Biwa swim baits. Remember those?
Like the multi-joint ones, or the,
It
or
had
the
like
plastic ones?
7 joints on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to get those. I never threw a single one of them. I think I still have a bunch of them, like in a Tupperware container. So I was like, "What is this crap?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna throw this." But you know, hey, for what it is, like again, I mean, if you give a kid a mystery tackle box and a $50 combo and he goes to Loch Raven and catches a bass, then it's
Guggen
you
is
know.
equally good as Tap Out was for MMA.
If
Yeah.
I see a grown man wearing anything that says tap out on it, I judge you.
I
So-
definitely used to wear Tap Out.
Yeah, but you weren't a grown individual. at the
No,
time.
I was
Probably
17,
17.
fucking 16
Right.
years old.
Okay, that's one thing. But like, I feel like everybody that wears tap out in 2026 looks the same. Like they're a little.
Is that still a brand?
Yeah, it's still a brand.
They
like
still
they're,
make it?
Yeah, they're
Wow.
over. All right, so here's what it is. They're overweight. Okay, if you wear tap out, you're overweight. You
I
have
am
white.
overweight.
You have white sunglasses on, and your fucking shorts go down your ankles. And you're wearing sneakers that aren't tied. They're
Gym
just-
shorts.
Yeah,
They're
gym shorts
they're
that go down to
Jordans.
your ankles, and your
Yeah.
fucking
Gang,
shoes
gang.
aren't tied. That's everyone that wears tap out looks like that. You can see the image in your mind, particularly around the Essex area. They're everywhere. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But that being said, that's all of our baits. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We went through all of them. We rated them as honest as we could. Definitely gives me
Well,
some
hold
ideas.
hold on.
Oh yeah, no,
Are
that's
you
right.
trying?
I almost forgot.
Do you have somewhere to go?
No, I almost forgot about the last piece of this.
Okay, well, so the last piece, first off, there's different trailers that we like to throw on chatterbaits. I don't know what Tony's problem is tonight. What is your problem tonight?
Well, I was just wrapping up the chatterbait rating part.
We are not done talking about chatterbaits. We have way more to talk about. Firstly, now that we're done rating the chatterbaits, hopefully you guys got a good look at what we got going on here. And it is. Thank you, Paul. It was a good list. Why? So we had a good list going on here. If you guys want to take some notes on what we have listed here, what's good and what's bad, there it is right there. But I do want to go back. Now we're going to talk about some trailers. That is not a trailer.
You don't throw those on chatterbaits?
No, not personally.
Dude, I've seen a guy throw a tube on a. The best thing I've ever seen was there was a kayak fisherman in Joppatown that had a chatterbait on a line with a tube, like just put on the hook, like not threaded, and a bobber on top. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I had an aneurysm looking at it. I was like, what the fuck?
He
am I
probably caught a giant on it too.
So
He probably caught a snakehead.
we're going to talk about chatterbait trailers here, and this can vary and fluctuate depending on if you're throwing like a mini max or something of that nature. Fishing Fix 402, thanks for joining, brother. Guggen Hollow Body Frog is a good lure. It's the only lure of the company I own. You own Guggen?
I will say
No.
their frogs aren't the worst. Their frogs are not the
It
worst.
is the only lure of the company I own.
I
What's that
wouldn't.
mean?
I wouldn't buy it, but if somebody gave, like, if I got it in a mystery tackle box for like Christmas, I wouldn't be upset about it. Like, they're not horrible. I mean, it's like if you're around snake, like good practice frog, like snakeheads that tear up,
Right,
it'll be
right, right.
I mean, it's no better than a booyah frog. So
I like booyah
Booyah
frogs.
frogs are pretty decent.
they're way too light for me.
But
But
either
either
way,
way.
we're going to talk about chatterbait trailers here. And I have 3 trailers that I specifically like. I only have 2 of them out here with me right now, just in a couple different colors. One, I have the Spunk Shad from Missile. The Missile Bait Spunk Shad, which is... Scuba Steve's going to be angry at me for this. It's just that bait. It just looks like a little fish with basically no tail. It just kind of tapers off. But that tail gives that chatterbait a little bit of action there without having that massive body profile. Obviously, you can get them in a little bit smaller. This is the 4.5. You can get them slightly smaller, or I'll bite it off and put it on there if I need to shorten it up some. I really like the Spunk Shad, and then I like the Yamamoto Seiko Swimmers.
Yeah, the Seiko is
Classic.
a pinnacle.
Yeah, the Yamamoto Seiko Swimmer is fantastic. You know, I'm pretty much using it. I'm either using a black and blue flake, I'm using a white, or I'm using a green pumpkin. Those are the only 3 colors of trailer that you need. White, black and blue flake, and a green pumpkin. That's all you need. You don't need anything else.
Pretty much.
Maybe if you're throwing the fire crawl in the springtime, you could go with a fire crawl color. It's kind of a niche color. You could get away with throwing white on that fire crawl, and you would be just fine. So I have this white here, and then I have. Ow! There's a hook in my finger.
Ow.
I just brought these in just to show.
Just different colors, Zaco.
Just as different colors, Zaco. These are the full-size Zacos. They have also released a Zaco Slim. There is a Slim Zaco. It's a little bit smaller. It has a different profile.
Slim
I will be
Jimenez.
picking up the Zaco Slims before springtime gets here. So the Zaco and the Spunk Shad from Missile Baits. There's also a lot of other brands that make this exact lure for the most part. I do believe, Paul's probably going to argue with me on this, I do believe this was an original OSP design.
Hog Farmer is what I'm aware
Or
of.
Hog
It
Farmer.
was Hog, I think it was Hog Farmer.
I
Might have
think
been
it
Hog
was.
Farmer. But Missile has it, Rapala has it.
Well, Rapala's is different. Rapala's is different.
It's pretty much the same as
It's
that.
different. I'll get to that. Finish your thought and I'll get to that.
But that's the and so this is two. You have the Zaco Swimmer, you have the Spunk Shad, and then I will also pair a chatterbait with a Reaction Innovations Skinny Dipper. A little dipper.
Those are good.
For something that has a little bit of a paddle tail action to it. Those are the 3 trailers that you're going to see me put on a chatterbait, period.
My favorite chatterbait trailer, and I agree that these are really good, especially the Spunk Shad. For me, it's the Crush City Freeloader. That's my go-to, and it's very similar to these baits. The reason why I like it is because it's smaller. If you're used to throwing it and then put a Hog Farmer on, it seems like there's a lot more tail. I think that fish really get it when they eat it. I don't think you can go wrong with either. For me, I just like the freeloader. It's a little bit easier to find. You can get them at Dick's. The colors are good.
They last a long time.
Yeah, I catch a
Everywhere's
lot
got
of
those
fish with them.
Rapala baits now.
Yeah, and the other thing to talk about. So that's the first one. The second one is and this is good. This is a crazy one, but the Mooch Minnow. The Mooch Minnow is a fantastic trailer because they made a bigger one now. The bigger Mooch Minnow I have every reason to believe that that's going to be a really good chatterbait trailer, as good as it's going to be a forward-facing sonar bait, which it already is. Obviously.
As long as you don't put it in a box with everything else.
You can't put those things in boxes at all, unless they're only with Mooch Minnows. And then the last one for me, and this is the only application that I like this bait, is the Juggle Minnow. For some of those smaller baits, like the Stealth Blade Jackhammer, the Mini Max, the Mini Evo, the Juggle Minnow is actually a really good trailer for it. But I don't like it for anything else. It sucks as a forward-facing sonar bait. It's not great for full-size chatterbaits. It will get completely overpowered. But like that Mini Max and the Mini Evo and the Stealth Blade, it's for those really narrow wobble chatterbaits. That Juggle Minnow is a really good option. It's like the perfect size. It's a really good option. I really like it.
See, it depends for me. If I want to throw a minnow style on the back of it, I'll put a twin tail or crawl on there, and you can keep that thing above the grass, slow it down.
Right.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
What
Paul
are
has a
your,
good comment
what are
on
your
that, too.
go-to trailers for the chatterbaits?
I throw a lot of net bait stuff. I'm kind of biased towards that, but they make a.
Is NetBaits local?
They're
No,
in
no.
they're in like Louisiana or Alabama, one of the two. So one of
Okay.
the southern states.
I
But
have seen you throw a lot of NetBait stuff.
what's the one I throw? Not a bee bug.
I feel like it's not that common, the NetBaits.
No. You
Their
don't see a lot of
their
people.
chunk trailers was what I kind of got
Yeah.
exposed to.
Right.
The
from net baits.
pack of chunks are like
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's
I
like
have
the
heard of the pack of
go-to.
chunk. Yeah,
I
I've
got like
definitely heard of the pack of chunk.
30 packs of them hanging on my wall.
Paul
I can't
has a
think of
good-
what the one is that I throw.
Paul's got a good one. The 3-inch mare is a good one for your smaller chatterbaits too. That's a good trailer.
They make one that's like a real thin, flat twin tail. You can throw that thing on a chatterbait or a swim jig, and it stays up.
I've gotten away from paddle tails with chatterbaits in the last number of years when I really got in the freeloader and the Spunk Shad.
It has its time and its place, but it's definitely not something that you should always use.
Yeah, I've easily doubled, if not tripled, the amount of fish I catch on a chatterbait.
You
with
can
a
almost give the
straight-tailed
chatterbait too much action.
Well, it contracts it. So the thing about if you look at a paddle tail, it has a real big swing of the tail, but with a straight tail, it'll be going, and it kicks.
That
it'll be
and
going,
or if
and
you-
then it, you know what I mean?
That and or when you use a paddle tail too, you almost take away from the action of the chatterbait itself.
Yeah. Yep. So those are some of the trailers. Now, what about the history of the chatterbait? Did you have? I don't have any. I actually don't know any of the history at all.
You know, this would be great for us to get Riverboat Rob to call in on. But if I do,
I was going to ask you if he was gonna do that part.
he definitely said he kind of wanted to. I haven't talked to him today.
If anyone knows the history of the chatterbait, drop it in the comments.
I'm trying to find this bait because I cannot remember what the name of this thing is.
I thought it was Brett Height. Brett,
Well, he was behind the jackhammer. He had a lot to do with the jackhammer.
but the history of the chatterbait was invented in the early 2000s by Ron Davis and Ronnie Nussbaum of Z-Man Fishing Products. Their idea was to combine a jig with a skirt with a metal blade mounted directly to the jig head. This
thought
created
Brian-
hard thumping.
I thought Brian Thrift designed it. Is
This
that
might
true?
be. It might be when somebody designed it and they kept it quiet for a long time.
Brian Thrift kept it real quiet for a while. Brian Thrift was on that shit in the beginning. Like Z-Man had made a couple for him, and he didn't tell anybody about it for a while.
Z-Man patented the design and released the original chatterbait. It was initially slow to catch on. Popularity exploded after tournament anglers started winning big events.
Yeah, like literally Brian Thrift was the guy. That's back during the FLW days. Yeah, see, Paul said Brian Thrift and Andy Montgomery.
Oh, there it is. Kick and B.
It was Brett Height.
Well, Brett Height, I don't think Brett Height designed it, though.
He was the angler most people credit with blowing up the chatterbait in the modern era.
I don't know, dude. I'm pretty sure it was Brian
He
Thrift.
dominated major tournaments throwing a chatterbait when many pros weren't. Won the 2016 Bassmaster Classic on Grand Lake using a Z-Man chatterbait. And after that win, the chatterbait sales exploded.
You know what's funny? When you like, there are still people.
It was invented by Ron Davis, Ronnie Nussbaum from Z-Man. Popularized earlier in the mid-2000s. Blew up nationwide by Brett Height in 2016. Hey!
So, like I remember when I go to Lake Moomon, we bullshit with some of the guys there. They're always like, "What's up with this chatterbait thing? Like, is that a thing?" And I'm like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" It's like, you guys really just throw them like crazy up there? I'm like, dude, I throw it all the time. I got 3 rods with chatterbaits on any given day and twice on Sunday.
I guess that place is pretty deep, right? They're not.
I
They're
mean,
not fishing
yeah,
any
but
grass
it's-
around there.
But even like Smith Mountain Lake is similar. Like guys it's not like guys don't throw it a lot down there. Like there are some guys that will throw it like in the spawn when they're up shallow, rock jetties and shit like that. But like you go other places, man, and like Paul says he wants a link. Chad. Raul. Paul, I hope you're feeling better. Can he spread us the flu through the internet? Is that possible?
It's possible.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
shit. He's gonna give your computer a virus. You like that? It's a real knee slapper. All right, Paul, we're gonna send you a link right now. All right, Evergreen designed the jackhammer, basically improved on the OG chatterbait. That's why Z-Man had to pay for the rights. This is accurate. That's probably why the jackhammer is still 20 and the Evo's 9, because Z-Man's still paying for that patent.
Coming at you, Paul, on my personal Facebook account. So, what I've got here is the Z-Man Chatterbait Jackhammer was developed by Brett Height in collaboration with Z-Man Fishing Products. He was the lead designer, pro angler Brett Height. Years after the tournament success with chatterbaits, he worked directly with Z-Man. What made the jackhammer different? Direct blade to head connection, custom Gamakatsu hook, low center of gravity.
Paul's on. Better call Paul. Sick.
What's up?
All right, can you hear us?
Paul,
How you feeling, man?
I started feeling better yesterday, so
Oh, good.
I feel a lot better today. So
Good.
getting
we
over it.
appreciate you not getting us sick.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I figured you guys would appreciate that.
I figured you were running a marathon
so-
or something today. It's great weather.
I actually haven't ran all week. It's kind of pissing me off. But so quick history of the Chatterbait. So Ron, I can't remember his last name. You had it there. You had it there.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Begins with an H, I think.
Ron Burgundy?
No, that's the guy from Z-Man. Who was the other Ron?
No, that was the guy from the Anchor.
Ron Nussbaum
That's the guy from Z-Man.
or
What was the
Ron
other-
Davis.
Ron Davis. So Ron Davis makes this bait, right? And he essentially parades around locally, and people look at it and think like, "This is junk," right? So he doesn't sell a lot of these baits. And a guy by the name of Brian Thrift came across this bait, and Brian Thrift, being from North Carolina with Andy Montgomery, they were very good friends at the time, and they find this bait and they start throwing this bait. So Brian Thrift, I believe, won somewhere in the range of $250,000 on the Chatterbait before anybody even knew what it was. He kept it that under wraps. And this
was the
before
FLW
Z-Man.
days, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He won on Seminole. I think it was Seminole that he won an FLW tour event with a Chatterbait, and that's when he actually let people know what he was throwing. But he had won well over $200,000 throwing a Chatterbait before anybody even knew what a Chatterbait really was, because him and Andy Montgomery kept it so quiet. They didn't want anyone else to know about it because when it first came out, it was so good. And this is the original Chatterbait. This is even before Z-Man got a hold of it.
Mhm.
So once Thrift lets it out of the bag that he's using this new bait called Chatterbait, eventually Ron couldn't keep up with the demand. It's just like any big bait blows up, that wins a major tournament. Or at that time, this is 2006-ish, somewhere in that range. So quite 20 years ago. So back then, if a bait won a major tournament and it was a new bait, like they're going to sell immediately. That was huge 20 years ago. So Ron can't keep up with the demand, ends up. So let me take this back a second. Ron is actually the one who patented the bait to begin with. So we've all known about the patent battles with Z-Man. So
Yeah.
Ron had filed the patents. When Ron sold the design to Z-Man, he also sold them the patents.
Did we know how much he
And that's
sold
how-
it for? Just curious.
I don't.
I hope
but
it
that's
was
how
millions.
Z-Man. So that's how Z-Man got the patents for the bait as well. Z-Man didn't patent it; they owned the patents that Ron had did, and the main patent that allowed them to file injunctions was the blade connection, with the blade being connected directly to the head. So that was the main patent that they used to.
They sold the
battle.
patent to Z-Man in 2008.
Yep, sounds
Doesn't
right.
say how
Sounds right.
much.
So that blade, the blade being connected to the head, is why for years and years and years, up until last year, anybody else who made a vibrating jig, one, they couldn't call it a Chatterbait because that was copyrighted.
Right.
So it had to be called a vibrating jig. And two, you always saw them connect the blades connected with split rings. They couldn't directly connect the blade to the head because of the patent that Z-Man, then owned. The patent ran out last year. So now
So that's why you see all these baits.
now you're going to see a lot more competition to your Z-Man Chatterbaits, your Z-Man Jackhammers. You're going to see the Chatterbait Evo, right? You're going to see a lot more competition coming from other manufacturers because that patent is now ran out and everyone can use the direct connection to the head now. So I'll just say that, like, one of them, the Hags Hurricane, right? It's connected the exact pretty much the exact same way, and you're going to see that more and more from these companies. as we go on. So if people are going to release a chatterbait, that's if you look at like the Shockblade Gen 2, which is new, it's a direct connection. The old Shockblade was a split ring, which was still a very, very, very good bait. I've caught a ton of fish on a Shockblade. Like I said, Tony, I've caught a ton of smallmouth on them.
The Picasso.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see a lot more styles of chatterbait comes out, and a lot more quality chatterbaits come out now that patent is expired, and you can get that free, that free market going on it, and people will be able to improve upon their designs. And I really think that, like, I love my jackhammers. I throw jackhammers almost exclusively, but I think you're going to see the separation, between, where's my camera, between a jackhammer and other brands shrink immensely over the next year or two.
Yeah, I think we're already starting to see it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot with some of these.
But I'm talking
baits.
outside of the JDM baits, right? Because
Okay,
JDMs don't don't function. They don't care about our patents. They can make whatever they want.
Right.
They're already, we already have baits that are on the same level as jackhammers from
Wasn't the
JDM market.
jackhammer a JDM bait that just was patented?
So, we can talk about that too, because I know quite a bit about the history on that as well. So yes, so Moto,
That's
Japanese
why it's
company,
a evergreen.
correct. So it was originally made it was the Evergreen Moto jackhammer, right? So Brett Height worked with Evergreen prior on with other things like crankbaits and stuff, and he gets a hold of this jackhammer, right? And it's insane, right? But he can't get it in the U.S. So he's ordering it from Japan, and eventually it got to a point where he had to do something to be able to market it, and not for his personal gain, right? It's a great bait. Like outside of fishing, tournament anglers don't make their money fishing, off tournament winnings. That's not where they make their money.
Yeah.
So he has to have something to market, but the bait can't be sold in the U.S. because of Z-Man. So Brett Height and Marizo Shimizu worked with Evergreen and Z-Man to make a deal, essentially, that they would import these baits and be sold under the Z-Man name, and Z-Man would get whatever percentage they asked for. So they took $5 for every bait, or essentially they could take whatever they wanted on it, and they didn't care, because that was the only way they could be sold. So that's how they ended up becoming the Z-Man jackhammer, was so that Brett Height and Marizu Shimizu could actually fish them and get them in the U.S. instead of having to order from directly from Japan to get these baits in. And it allowed them to be able to market it and market themselves with that and build their brand on it. And Brett Height is, like you were saying when you were reading the Google AI, Brett Height is the reason that the jackhammer is popular. Brett Height's probably caught more fish on a jackhammer than anyone in the world. Actually, I would bet money on that he's caught more fish on a jackhammer than anyone in the world. That's his bread and butter, and he's used that to market himself and be able to make technique specific rods, specific colors. You have B Height Delight, right? That's one of my favorite color jackhammers. That's a Brett Height color. So that's kind of the story of how the jackhammer came to the United States. You're right; it was a JDM bait. It was a improvement on the original jackhammer, on the original chatterbait. So Evergreen made their own chatterbait in the JDM market, with better quality components, hand-tied skirts, better different blade to give it different vibration, different head design, the head design makes a huge difference in a chatterbait. I don't know if you guys touched on that with how it runs. Anything that has a flatter head will have more rise. So, like your jackhammer, how it's built, like a teardrop shape with a wider, it's a wider base. That'll actually makes the chatterbait rise. If it's got a narrow head, it'll actually keep it down a little farther. One of the reasons that the original shock blade did so well was because of the narrow head. It would actually run a little bit deeper. Trailers also, like Tom was saying, I know Tom was talking about the trailers. Trailers make a huge difference as well. So anyway, there's your brief history. Rob knows a lot more about the details than I do.
Jim says the Moto jackhammer has the best colors. The detail is way better than the Z-Man jackhammer.
Yeah, that's the JDM jackhammer.
Oh, so that's the actual evergreen one?
Yeah, I don't know if I remember right, Moto is like owned by the same company as Evergreen, if I remember right.
Right.
Like they're the same company, like different brands or something like that.
Does can you still buy evergreen jackhammers?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
I mean, this is the jackhammer evergreen custom bladed jig.
No, but what I mean, I want to get a
No, you
jackhammer that has the evergreen packaging with no Z-Man
Yes,
on it.
you can.
Just to have one.
You have to order it
Yeah, you
Probably
can.
from Japan.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool though. It'd be cool just to have one. You know, just to have it on the
You
wall.
can find them on your JDM.
It's going to cost the same as a normal jackhammer.
Well, it's gonna cost
Prob-
more because you're
well,
gonna ship
probably
it.
more because it's coming from Japan.
Yeah.
You can get free shipping if you spend enough money.
That's true.
Get a bunch of raid and then some. Well, if I can find them. And then
Jackall, Raid,
Yeah.
and freaking.
those JDM
Evergreen.
jackhammers or those JDM bladed jigs are phenomenal.
Yeah,
They
Jim said
really
he
are.
sent us a bunch of pics. I don't know if he sent it on.
You probably
Did you,
sent it to
did
the
you
page.
send it to Bass and Beer? Did you send it to us?
He sent it to.
I didn't
Bass
see
Beer,
it
I'm
come
sure.
through the Bass and Beer. Everybody want
I got it right here.
my plastic's
Yeah,
all back.
okay, here it is. So that's the JDM.
That's a. Could we share that picture? Is that possible?
I mean, it
Office
looks
is kind of a mess right
oh,
now.
it doesn't have eyes on it.
It pretty much looks the same. The packaging is just different.
It's just too cold to like. It's like too disgusting. What is that giant trailer? Did Jim just
That
like
is a
find a
stick.
live shad on the side of the road and just put it
No.
on the?
That's a six
That's a
panorama.
6 cent. It's a
It's a
6 cent
6 cents.
panorama.
Jeez,
He mentioned that earlier.
that's a monster trailer. Absolutely.
I mean, when you're
monstrous.
when you're trying to catch 10 pounders.
Yeah,
Makes
I
sense.
mean,
It still has the eyes right there on the front of it.
Does it? Oh, it does. It's no. I can't quite tell. It might be just the angle of it. I guess it's just the angle of the blade in the package.
I've definitely seen that before. I've
Yeah.
had a couple of them. Jack Moto custom
It looks
bladed
like the
jig
same thing,
instead
though.
of evergreen custom bladed jig.
interesting.
Maybe it's just different
But-
color patterns. Who knows?
Same,
Cool.
same, but different.
That's cool.
Thanks for sending that out, Jim. And yes, I do believe that having that 6 cents on there probably does get bit.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a
it
big
does.
profile. I mean, that's a big deep bait. I mean, big,
Yeah.
like just a big, especially if you got gizzard chat around
I would try it.
or down there. I mean, they probably have big golden, big golden shiners and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
You
I
got
know
that
for a
big
fact
bait
they
around?
do.
Yeah, if you got that big bait around, I'm sure that's pretty money.
So we talked about chatterbaits. We rated them for you guys. We talked about trailers. We talked about the history of chatterbaits.
But real quick, Paul, what do you think of the list overall?
I mean, it's pretty good. I feel like you rated some base specifically on how much it costs, and then you rated some specifically on like, oh, well, I'm getting more for my money. So I think you were a little up and down there, but I think you were spot on everything else. I mean, the list ended up coming out, I think, pretty much where it should be. The right baits were in the top tier.
Yeah.
The right
I-
baits were in mid tier, and then you had a couple of dog shit baits.
I do agree
Like
with him that, like, there
I
were
think you
some baits
scored-
we gave a higher rating.
But I
That
don't
were
think-
the
yeah.
same exact price as other baits, but it was
Yeah.
because we thought
But
they
you're
were
not getting
better.
as much for it.
You gave the jackhammer a 2 for price, and then you gave a $22 bait a 4 for price.
Yeah.
That didn't make any.
'Cause it
Doesn't
had
matter.
wheat
It doesn't really
colours.
make a whole lot of sense.
See, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
But I don't think that any bait based on the price went from one tier to another, which
It didn't.
No.
It didn't. But I understand what he's saying, and I do agree with it. Because
I-
I was thinking about it. I'm like, it's like it's the same
biggest-
price as the jackhammer, but it's like
the biggest travesty I have on this list is that the Thunder Cricket's not rated higher. Personally,
the Thunder Cricket is a 13, right, with the freaking jackhammer.
I mean, I think it should be higher. Personally, I think
It's
it-
definitely
better
not better
than
than a
Jackhammer.
jackhammer. I've got a half a box full of
Let's see.
Thunder Crickets back here, and I'll tell you they're not better than a jackhammer. I throw a Thunder Cricket a lot.
Yeah, it's
It's not
better
better
than
than a
13.
jackhammer.
Thunder Cricket is a 13. You know what? Okay. No.
It should be like 1 point below a jackhammer.
That's yeah. Well, it's the price difference. That's the difference.
Yeah.
and fair enough because it is. What are Thunder?
I thought
Thunder
that
Crickets go
it-
up in price?
No, it's like $9, I think.
No, Thunder Crickets are like $13.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
Are
they're
they?
like $12.99
Yeah.
or 13, maybe
Yeah.
14.
Type it in. I can't.
They're
reach it.
$12.99 or $13.99.
That might be enough.
Oh, here's a
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, they
That's
are
right.
$13 now. Okay. All right.
no. They've been $13 for a long time.
I thought they were like 9.
Where do they put the rat? Is that in the blade?
No, wait a minute now. Hold on a second.
There's a rattle.
There are some that are $9. Is that a sale though? Is this? I'm looking on. All right, let me just pick a white one because that's the easiest.
It might just be a couple of the colors
It
that
says
they're
there's some on
discontinuing.
clearance. You save $4 to $5.
It's probably just
Okay.
certain
Okay.
colors.
It's certain ones. My bad. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like they're either $12.99 or $13.99.
I do think the Thunder Cricket is
I mean,
a
they're good- they're-
fantastic jig.
But it's not better than a jackhammer.
No, it's not.
I think
But it's
we,
rated the same as a jackhammer.
because of the price difference.
Yes.
I was gonna say that it should be like 1 point below a jackhammer, but with the price difference, I can get with them being on the same level for this
Yeah.
because a Thunder Cricket's significantly cheaper. If it was last year, I would say no way. When it was when it was $13.99 and $16.99, now that's $13.99 and $19.99. That's a big big
Yeah,
difference
I
in
would-
price.
Now,
I totally agree
where
with
does that put the Evo though? Because the Evo and the Thunder Cricket are rated the same. Do you agree with that?
I think Thunder Cricket's better than Evo.
Really? That's surprising. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that. I've never really thought that out. They're both very good.
If
I
I
mean,
had
We
to
didn't.
rank
We
the-
did not rate the baby jackhammer. We didn't even do that.
No, because I don't think it's worth it. I think
It's the
it's
same thing
If I
as
had to-
the
It's
full
literally
I
the
had to
same
rate-
thing.
yeah.
size. Yeah.
If I had to rate those three, Tony, it would be, and I throw all three. I have Evos in my box right now that I've picked up over the last year or so. Excuse me. But Jackhammer, Thunder Cricket, Evo, and they're all
Okay.
good. They're all good chatterbaits. Jeez.
I like the Thunder. To me, I will say the Thunder Cricket effectiveness definitely drops off after like end of May, mid to end of May. It drops off. Gesundheit.
Lost your screen, Paul.
We still hear you. There we go.
There you
We
go.
got it now. Oh, waiting. Wait one.
I'm still here. I just shut my video off for a second.
Oh, you're good. Gesundheit.
Do you hear that?
Is that Paul taking a shit?
Dude, that's why I shut the camera off.
Yeah, that was me.
Nice.
No, but yeah, I would. I would just say that the Evo is not. It's great for the money. I'll say that. Try to get my iPad set up here where. it won't fall
So you
over.
don't think it's in the same? It's not
It's
in the
not-
same category as the Jackhammer in terms of effectiveness.
No, so it doesn't have the same. It doesn't have that initial startup like the Jackhammer does. It's not. It's better than like an original chatterbait with that. But I still have plenty of times where you turn the reel, 2 turns of the reel before you get that blade started. Where your jackhammers every time. So there's
No
things
matter.
like that.
no matter what chatterbait I'm throwing, a lot of times, no matter what, just because it's a chatterbait, I just give it that pop right before I start reeling. It just
Yeah.
seems to jumpstart
habit.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's habit.
The other thing that I like for the jackhammer, over the Evo, the jackhammer has a thinner blade.
Yeah, we did mention that. I don't think you were on that.
Jim said that.
The Chatterbait Evo does have the same blade as the original, and that hurts it for me.
Well, it's not the same blade as the original. It is a different blade.
Really?
But yeah,
It
It might, be
says
a
on-
different, it might be a different gauge.
Well, because on the blade it says the original. That's why I thought it was the original.
No.
Oh,
no, it's not.
all right.
It's definitely not the same blade.
Tom,
but
spill some of your
it's
secrets, dude.
it's definitely a little thicker. It's a chatter. What secrets? They're chatterbaits. You go out and you throw it in the grass.
I don't know. He
My PB that I caught last year on the flats was on a Evo. So, but it probably would have
they'll
ate.
catch fish.
It probably would have ate anything that I threw in front of it. Also,
They'll catch fish. Like there's no doubt that the Evo will catch fish. I prefer the jackhammer. I catch more fish on the jackhammer. That could be. I mean, like I mentioned earlier,
also throw the jackhammer
bait-
90% of the time.
the bait you're throwing, is how it works is 90% in your head.
Yeah.
And you know
If
what I
you
mean?
have
Like,
confidence,
I love JDM baits. Absolutely love JDM
Right.
baits. I love the Jackal. I love the raids. I'm still throwing the jackhammer over those baits. One, because there is some fear if I don't want to lose the ones that I can barely find off of the JDM
I will
market.
say that,
there's always that.
dude. I lost a raid like the second
And-
or third cast on a snakehead, and I was no good the rest
Yeah.
of the day. I was
And-
so mad.
but you-
Yeah, and two, it's like the jackhammer just produces, so it's like it's hard to not.
Yeah.
it's all in what you have confidence in. I mean, I know people that catch the living snot out of them throwing original chatterbaits.
I mean, they do, and don't get me wrong,
They work.
They do.
If you have the confidence to fish it correctly, you're not going to see I don't think you're going to see a vast difference in results. I think one will catch more than the other, but if you have confidence in original chatterbait and you throw an original chatterbait and I throw a jackhammer and we're in the same place, maybe I catch 12 fish that day and you catch 10. Where, if you're fishing a tournament, especially if you're fishing like a pro level tournament, that's incredibly important.
yeah.
I mean, I caught 20% more fish than you, sure, but in the grand scheme of things, when we're just out there having fun, what's the difference between 10 fish? 10 fish and 12 fish.
I do still think that between your original chatterbait and your jackhammer, you still have a different sound, you have a different vibration, and you have a different action.
Yeah.
And those things can
100%.
definitely come into play.
I think they can for sure, but I think the amount of times that it comes into play is pretty over the course of a season is not common. It doesn't happen a lot.
Great comment from Jim. Says there's a lot of things that go into chatterbaits: rods, your
Reel
gear ratio,
yeah.
your cadence, fast, slow, low, high, straight, bouncing. There's so many things that come
Think
into
about
play.
it. A chatterbait's just a crankbait. That's all it is. It's just
Yeah.
a crankbait. You fish it the same way. It's just a crankbait that doesn't float. You fish it the same way, same places. I mean, I fish chatterbaits on hardcover just as much as I fish them in the grass. It's just a crankbait to me. So all of those same things that we think of with a crankbait and varying our retrieves and giving it a pop and all of that, it correlates directly over to a chatterbait.
Little John, we got Little John Hansen here commenting. You got to buy some jackhammers. You got to get some jackhammers.
Is he not a believer neither?
I'm not saying he's not a believer. I don't think he's got a ton of jackhammers, and I do think that he should throw more jackhammers.
Paul's about to show us $500 in jackhammers.
I think I got enough jackhammers. 500. No, that's $1,000 in jackhammers.
That's
actually.
not enough.
I'm
I
not
see a
gonna
couple
lie.
open spots in there.
I got to show you my new
Would you-
Chatterbait box.
No, there's no open spots in there.
Well, they're
That's
not all
completely-
stacked on top of each other. So
Is
there's
that
See,
the
I
big
have-
box or is that the regular 37?
I have the same exact box. I might have even bought it from you, Paul.
No, but I told you to buy one.
Yes, I got the same exact box, and I have half of it is jigs and half of it is jackhammers for the most part. Jackhammers and thunder crickets.
Share-
Couple JDM.
You share a box of jigs and jackhammers.
I got jigs and then jackhammers in one box. Well, dude, my thing is like honestly, like
I got 2 boxes of jigs in my boat.
you're a jig throwing master. You're a jig throwing. Look,
Nah, you
to
don't need
me,
two boxes.
to me, I'm impressed
what
that I
you
even
think.
have as many jigs as I have because I think jigs are fantastic baits and I love throwing them. I just don't have the same confidence in them as I do other things. Where like you have
Yeah.
so much confidence in throwing a
I
jig.
will say, I do have. There are a couple
I
of
have a lot of
spots
good
in my
jigs,
jig
though.
box, Tom, but I got some stuff I need to replace.
I see a lot of dark colors.
My jig box is overflowing, and it's like I only throw 2 of them that are sitting on top.
The only thing that I throw in light color, Chad, is swim jigs, and you'll see the white ones there in the top corner.
Yeah.
And I am running low on those because I lost. I think I lost 13 white swim jigs to pike in Wisconsin.
Jeez.
Something like
Not
that.
East
I
Wisconsin.
will say
West
one thing
Wisconsin.
you did do. Was either last. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. But either way, we went fishing together one time, and I was throwing something that was green pumpkin, and you were throwing. You were throwing a peanut butter and jelly,
Yeah, something like that.
and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like
Something about that color.
I was like, I feel like this is so.
I
Similar.
don't think jig color matters.
It might have been a weight thing too. I think you were throwing a lighter one, weren't you? I mostly throw a
Maybe.
half ounce.
Maybe I throw mostly half ounce
Yeah.
for my jigs as well.
I am a firm believer that your jig color doesn't matter. Light and dark is all. that
Most
matters.
of
Yeah, I was
mine-
gonna say light
Yeah.
and dark.
Wait, most of your what is from Mega Strike, John? How about the Fishing Fix says? How about the Nobi chatterbait?
Never heard of it.
Norries? Is he talking about Norries?
You said
And-
Nobi.
Noeby Nobi.
Never heard of that.
Is it on Tackle Warehouse?
Anyways, I started buying a bunch of different,
Different colors.
peanut butter jelly colors.
So Chad, I used
I haven't caught shit on them compared to you still though. Like,
There's a
Can I
time
used
and
to
a
be
place
really-
for it.
I used to be really big on jig colors and very specific colors. Like I would throw this in one situation. This I throw
oh,
two
he
colors
raped
now.
me. He raped me in fish. Like I was like, what
Three-
the fuck, dude?
I mean, I always have a jig on the deck. Like I throw a jig constantly, as much as Tom does. Like that's one of my confidence baits. That's what
Me
I throw
too.
all the time. I throw 3 colors: solid black, black and blue, and green pumpkin. That's all I ever
that's all
throw.
you need.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to get crazy, add a PB and J in there. That's pretty much all you need. Like, you don't need anything else.
Now
After,
I'll
after this dude, it's always in my fucking arsenal now. It's like GP, black and blue, and the PB and J.
I think
and
the biggest thing.
I think I have a
think that-
couple white jigs, but I never ever throw them. Oh my god!
I think the
What the hell?
I think the biggest
producing brown jigs.
I think the biggest thing is your trailer color. So you can change the appearance of a jig completely by changing the trailer color. And I don't go crazy on trailer color either, but it might be the difference of it's the contrast
Yeah.
between your jig and your trailer a lot of times. So
Jim's
like, I'll
comment.
throw-
Jim's comment right there. Contrast matters.
Yes.
Boom.
So a lot of times I'll throw a solid black jig with a green pumpkin trailer
Mhm.
because you have the contrast. It's about the contrast. If it's super clear, I'm just throwing green pumpkin.
I throw
when-
green
when
pumpkin
it-
almost no matter what.
If it's stained at all, black and blue. I'll throw black and blue up until it's almost super clear.
Mhm.
And if I'm out on the flats in the grass, I'll throw a black and blue chatterbait.
See, we're
Yeah,
talking
like-
about jigs here, but I've thrown green pumpkin chatterbaits in like the dirtiest water I've ever seen and still caught a ton of fish on that green pumpkin.
Oh yeah, the vibration, especially with a chatterbait, because the vibration.
Right.
It's insane. I remember Frank telling me one time he was fishing a tournament they were out on the back channel flat, and either him or his partner caught a fish on a chatterbait, and it was like chocolate milk out there. Like there, big flood came out. This was a few years ago, and like the whole back channel flat was chocolate milk. Like you couldn't see, like, you didn't have 2 inches of visibility. As they're reeling this fish in, and it gets up to the boat, there's another fish trying to take the chatterbait out of its mouth.
Damn.
In that muddy water. There's no vibration left on that chatterbait.
It's just hitting it.
But it knew it was there. It was trying to eat the chatterbait out of the other fish's mouth.
Mm.
So I mean, that just goes to show you like how sensitive a bass's lateral line is.
Yeah. Lil John, he says chatterbaits are from Strike King. The head has a swivel
Thunder cricket. That's
and
what he's talking about.
turns very great action.
He's talking about the thunder cricket.
Thunder
If
cricket.
he's got
Yeah.
Thunder Cricket, then that's a fantastic bait.
That's
But
a good
I
one.
will say that you should match the Thunder Cricket with some jackhammers. Get 3 Thunder Crickets, 3 jackhammers. Spend the $60 on the jackhammers. Have those 2 in the boat when you go fishing. I promise you. Look, I know for a fact you've gone out there with Scuba Steve and you have seen Scuba Steve throw the jackhammer and absolutely produce over top of other baits before.
I think one thing.
Don't look past it.
One thing that I think the jackhammer has a harder vibration than the thunder cricket.
I think the Thunder Cricket has a deeper vibration.
Yeah, it's a slower. It's a thump.
Yeah. It's like how am I trying to say? The jackhammer's like a louder vibration, like a more high pitched vibration, right? Does it make sense?
All right. So
I
like,
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I personally think
Yeah.
I personally feel like I hear a Thunder Cricket before I hear the jackhammer. I think the jackhammer has a faster vibration where,
yeah.
It's a different pitch to it.
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah,
I think the Thunder Cricket has a slower vibration, but it's loud, but it's slower. It's like it's
The
Yeah,
jackhammer is an Uzi and the thunder cricket's an M16. That's what it is.
yeah, kind of.
That
It's
makes that's a good way. That's a good way to put it, Chad.
Yeah.
And
it
it's
makes
all
a
about
huge
difference.
difference.
And a lot of times, and I've said this many times before on the show, that having something with a different vibration is important, especially when you're staying in a small area. If you're pounding an area, and let's say you go through this grass bed, with your jackhammer, and you catch, 10 fish going down through, and you come back up through, and you don't catch any. But then you go down through with a different chatterbait, a different brand, whether it be an Evo or a Thunder Cricket or any various ones that has a different vibration. Now you go down through and you catch 4 or 5 fish.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just made a pass there with a jackhammer and didn't catch anything. First pass you caught 10 on a jackhammer. Second pass you didn't catch any. Go with a different one. You just pounded them with that vibration,
Well,
especially for fishing like a small grass bed.
let's also remember here, and this is just a fact of it. That vibration of a jackhammer is a lot more popular than a lot of other chatterbaits. Everybody's throwing a jackhammer. They've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
So when you swap to something else that is a little bit different, you can produce those different bites.
They probably saw it 20 times that day specifically already.
Exactly.
So it's one of the things that you can compare that to is a lipless crankbait. So if you talk to anyone or know anyone,
Talk about a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
well, this is just a generalization on them. I'm not going to get into them in depth, but if you talk to anyone in the South in like your big rattle trap lakes like Gunnersville, in the spring when they first get on that rattle trap bite,
How many more?
they're going to eat that regular rattling trap, right? And they're going to eat it good. After a couple weeks, now you got to start throwing a one knocker. This doesn't have it doesn't have quite as much rattle to it, quite as much noise to it. A couple weeks later, now you got to throw a silent one, right? Because 500 boats a weekend are throwing a rattle trap out there. And as that trap bite progresses, you have to get more and more subtle with your presentation for those fish to eat, because they've seen 10,000 rattle traps come over there.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with a jackhammer, right? if you throw something that's a little bit different, I think that's a lot of the reason why some of your Tony says like, oh well, this JDM chatterbait is amazing. Well, it might just be amazing because fish haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think the raids can fall under that because you just can't get them.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a big thing when a new bait comes out. That the fish haven't seen it. It becomes popular. Look at Alabama rig.
Yeah.
Alabama rig first comes out, you could catch every fish on the lake on it. Right. Now it's very specific times of the year. You're only going to throw it in cold water when fish are going this. Where when they banned the A rig, back in the day, they thought, oh well, this is going to be the only thing anybody will ever catch fish on in a tournament ever.
Right.
And it seemed like that for the first year or so that it was popular. Now we know, now it's died down, and we know it's a pretty situational bait. So when you can get a new bait like that, sometimes, and it's not going to be every time. It's not going to be every new bait. I heard one of the pros, and I'm not knocking your JDM baits, Chad, for this. This is just a generalization. I think he was right on this, and he was specifically talking about plastics.
Mm-hmm.
The JDM market puts out a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah,
and some of it's good, but not if you buy 9 different baits, 1 or 2 of them are going to be the shit.
Yeah.
It's a very small percentage of the total, major JDM market. When you're buying those baits, they make a lot of crazy stuff.
They're just constantly trying new things.
Exactly, because they're no different than bait makers here. They're selling to fishermen. So if they can put out a different shape that a fisherman hasn't seen, they're same thing that we're going to think, oh, well, fish has never seen that before. Let me try that out, right?
Yep.
It's still a bait company. They're still trying to sell a product. So if they can put something out new, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good. But there are going to be good things that come from that because they're constantly trying to make something new.
Look at these little fucking dice and shit that are out here right now that everybody
Right?
are fucking raving about. Like, it's like, what is this?
I haven't
You're selling
broke
a
down
sea
a third
urchin?
one yet.
Like, you're selling a sea urchin bait now in freshwater? Like,
I don't think it.
Yeah,
really
like the hideout quickie.
Yeah.
That just
yeah,
that
like if you
literally looks
if you
like
don't throw a
sea
wacky in the same area, it's not going to eat
Yeah.
it. Like, it's definitely going to eat a wacky.
urchin. Nah, well, I mean, they're using those scoping to suspending fish. So, there's some merit into being able to hold it in front of a fish.
Now,
Better
that
than
is
a wet
something
grip,
that's
but
changed the market. The scoping.
forward-facing sonar.
Forward-facing sonar has done a lot of changing for the market. It's brought a wider spectrum of baits to the market. 110%.
It's brought a wider spectrum of baits in the same category, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
It'll,
a wider spectrum of baits that are mostly targeted toward using forward-facing sonar.
But they were baits that, in my opinion, didn't exist before. Like, they did, but they just
fine tuned.
exactly
Yeah.
reinvented.
Yeah, but again, it's still marketed toward just forward-facing, just using for forward-facing sonar. I don't think it's. I agree with you that it's brought a lot of new baits out, but they're all kind of in the same category. With I'm throwing a suspended fish over 30 feet of water versus like I'm drop shotting this in cover, or I'm throwing this on a Carolina rig or a Texas rig, and I'm throwing in grass, stuff like that. They're really targeting these baits for fishing those big suspended fish, and that we don't really get to do a lot of around here, or much at all, because we don't just have 8-pounders swimming around everywhere. But
Yeah, that sucks. I wish we did.
but there's a lot that's targeted toward that style of fishing and really chasing those open water roamers, and that seems to be where a lot of the bait design has gone in the last year. I think that'll die out. It's just it's the hot trend, right? And it's going to go back to somebody's going to see like Jacob Wheeler was throwing the new Rapala lipless at Gunnersville last 2 weeks ago for the BF or MLF tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They're sold out on Tackle Warehouse.
Of course.
It's so people are going to start seeing stuff like that again, and people are going to realize that like, well, hey, you know what, this isn't the only way that I can catch big fish. I mean, the guy who won caught majority of his weight on forward facing sonar. The guy that was one fish from beating him wrecked them on a chatterbait. I mean, wrecked them. I think on the last day he would have had, he would have had 20. He would have had let's see, 14, 20, 25, well over 30 pounds for his best 5.
Damn.
I mean, well over 30 pounds. He had 2 7s and a 6.5. I mean, just insane. Or it's 2 6s and a 7. 2 6s and a 7. It was either 2 7s and a 6 or 2 6s and a 7. But he would have had well over 30 pounds on the last day throwing chatterbait in a 1.5 foot of water on Gunnersville in the cold. When everything said that this should be one scoping, he was 2 pounds. He was literally one fish from winning throwing a chatterbait in a 1.5 foot of water. And I think people are going to start to see that. And I think a lot of that is because of the changes in the pro level tournaments, with them limiting forward facing sonar, which I'm not a fan of for the most part. I don't mind it in MLF because they have periods, right? They have those set periods where you're fishing for 3 hours, 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever it is. Then you take a break, then you're fishing for 3 hours, then you break, then you're fishing for 3 hours. Like dead set, okay, you can use your forward facing sonar in 1 3 hour period. Makes sense. Not a big fan of the Bassmaster. You can fish one with, one without. You got to take it off here. You got to be. I would rather it just be one way or another, and let me see them all. Either just take it off. And I've said this before, even for tournaments that I fish. Like, just tell me how to fish.
Hey,
If
real
you
quick.
tell me I can use it. I'll use it.
Before we end the show, just didn't PowerPole just come out with like some smart tablet thing where
It's the PowerPole Vision.
yeah, what's up with that?
Oh,
I haven't looked into it. What's the deal?
So it's essentially it's another screen. It's a mountable screen for your boat, so you can mount it at the console, just like you would a second fish finder. I believe it is a 10 or 12-inch screen.
It's pretty much like your center console screen on your car where you have maps and everything else on
It's
it.
Android. It's Android based.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Fuck,
you
I
can
quit.
download pretty much any apps on it. The key thing with it is it's marine rated, so you can it's rated for the screen can take being out in the sun. It can take the shock absorption. It's IP64 waterproof, so it's everything built and marine rated. It's about the same price as a 12-inch screen, anyway. But
$1,500.
the benefit of it, because it's Android based, you can download CMAPs, you can download Navionics, you can download your Lake Master.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
So you can
you're not tied to just one thing.
right, exactly. You can run
That
all
is
3 maps.
sick.
And because it's a tablet, right, you can split screen it. So if you wanted to run half the screen with a Navionics map and half the screen with a Lake Master map, you can do that, and you can kind of look and see what the differences are, because sometimes one map company will show slightly different things than the other. I should work for PowerPole. I'm doing a pretty good job selling this right now.
I mean, that's
Dude, we're gonna live in a world where somebody's gonna have.
I mean, that's insane.
We're
Like,
gonna
that's
live
insane.
we're living in a world where somebody's gonna have all 3, and his name is probably Herb, who's gonna have an NBT 22, a PowerPole Vision, and
So
5 autographs.
I mean, in all honesty, like, why would that not almost take over the market when it's compatible with everything?
it doesn't
the
display the
biggest-
screen from your
You get
graph,
the goddamn
though.
football games on it too. It's like, come on.
It doesn't display the screens from your graphs. No. It's purely going to be a navigation unit. You can use it for navigation. The GPS updates are good enough.
You can watch
that
Bass and
use
Beer
for
Radio
navigation.
on it. It's pretty sick.
You can literally
Yeah.
you could watch you can
YouTube
watch YouTube,
tutorial how to catch fish on this lake.
right?
Right.
If the fishing really sucks, you can pop open Hulu and watch a TV show. Just sit back, relax. Put on some MASH,
Chat GPT. What are these fish going to eat today?
right?
Yeah.
Did I ever show you? I don't know if I feel like I showed Tony. I know I showed Kevin, but I did some really funky
Jim
things,
says all the porn on the one screen.
right? Oh, you can Google Maps is the other one. Like
That's
you can,
huge.
You can put Google Earth on there, and you can look at historical data for you're on a lake, and okay, well, I want to look at, let me go back to the historical data and see if I can find satellite imaging of when the lake level was way down, so I can find rock piles and stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff you can do with it.
Yeah.
So speaking of Chat GPT, I figured out the prompt to ask Chat GPT to essentially tell you what you should be throwing to win a tournament on any body of water at any time of year, any popular body of water.
Okay.
Did it suggest a jackhammer?
No, I actually did it for I actually did it for Wisconsin. I was just playing around. I hate AI. I'm not a fan of this.
Apparently not.
But did it actually did it make sense? Like when you typed it in and it was like, okay, this actually would probably
I am
work.
telling you, it pulled it. You could take the winner's pattern that he fished, and it was almost exactly what ChatGPT told me.
That's sick.
Was it before the
Crazy.
tournament results were published?
Long before. It was before I went out there.
Oh my god. Oh,
It was.
dear.
It's insane how accurate it was.
Wow. I was about to say, like, we should
Now,
make
it's
a
only gonna-
video where
remember, it's only gonna
ChatGPT
work
tells
for-
us to fish this, and then we go make a video and fish it for the day. That'd be kind of sick.
Well, remember, it's only going to work on popular tournament bodies of water.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
Well,
like the
you
Upper
gotta-
Bay, it would work.
You gotta
I mean,
have
yeah.
you gotta have data. Like if it's the Upper Bay, you're not gonna. It's not gonna tell you.
What's going to tell you to go
because you
throw a
don't-
chatterbait?
Well, and there's not a ton of tournament
videos
information
coming
out there.
Yeah, that's going to be sick. We should do that.
But if you do it on like Gunnersville, Rayburn,
Yeah,
Okeechobee.
Smith Mountain Lake, something like that. Yeah.
where there are hundreds of results from high end, from top level tournaments,
Even Lake
uh,
Anna.
it gets real accurate, and it's scary accurate.
It'd be a shame if somebody puts some false videos out there.
Anyways,
Really throw it
Right.
in the loop.
But
we
it
are
has so
getting to
much
that
data to
time.
go on. It can. I mean, at this point, it can even pull that out. But it's pretty wild. I mean, it essentially said, and it didn't tell me anything I wasn't already looking for. I just never found the areas, but it did. Like, I had a good idea of what to look for when I was going out there. It essentially told me. ChatGPT said the same thing that I was thinking, and the winner of the tournament did exactly that.
Damn. That's
Not
crazy.
exactly not exactly with the same bait, per se, but it was pretty spot on.
Well,
It's pretty
that's going to be a
wild.
fun rabbit
Well,
hole.
Paul, we're gonna
It's
wrap this
something
thing
that-
up.
It's something that's being used already.
Yeah, we should.
At-
We
at
should.
the higher
I'm
level.
sure.
It's another tool. It's just if it makes you think of something different, all it has to do is spark the mind.
Jim, great
All right,
to
guys.
see you, man. Good talking to you.
Have a good night, guys.
Paul, thanks for
See you,
joining,
Paul.
brother. Great to see you.
You too, guys. See you.
Wait
ya.
for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. He's gonna have to hit the end stream. I'm gonna go both hands.
I got a beer in my other hand.
Boom.
We're
Thanks
gone.
for joining us. We
Peace.
appreciate it. Peace
Thanks,
out.
guys.